Kerstetter's 1-0 as a fastball darted onto the inner half on Riker Waite. 1-1 count. Infield back will set the Hyannis defense in just a moment. Mike O'Leary calling balls and strikes this evening. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball called for a strike. It's Jeff Merzel at first and Jeffrey Kinney at third. Those are the corner umpires this evening. Riker Waite, the Vandy shortstop, behind 1 and 2. From the stretch, Kerstetter's pitch. Breaking ball, cut on and missed for strike 3. Nasty slider with some glove side run to it. And that's good enough for the first out here.
So yeah, Waite had no idea what he was swinging at there. I think he was expecting the fastball from Kerstetter, and the lefty does the perfect type of inside pitch against the switch hitting Waite. That's a great start considering how Waite has hit in the first 2 games of this postseason.
Rustin Rigdon checking in. Back-to-back switch hitters as the first pitch misses low and inside. 1-0 as we set the defense for the home Harbor Hawks. Catching Kerstetter tonight is Brody Briggs. Andrew Lambs at first. Charlie Bates at second. Matt Einich at short. Taylor Kirk at third. Outfield up next. 1-0. Called for a strike. Hovers into the plate. Nick Dromboski mans left field. Jax Jimenez is in center. And Clay Thompson's in right. Tyler Lang the DH. That's Jamie Carricker's defense. 1-1 with 1 out in the top of the first. Pitch to Rigdon. Couldn't hold up his swing there. He swings and misses to make it 1-2. Rigdon, Bourne's second baseman tonight. It's been a little slow in the playoffs, just 1 for 7. Pitch from Kerstetter. Breaking ball hit out to left field. This will go foul. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Bourne made quick work of Falmouth, as Alex talked about earlier. They had home field advantage against the 3-seed Commodores. Really just shut down a pretty good offense in Falmouth and took that game with no sweat. 1-2. Breaking ball hammered to the left side, foul. Rolls right by the third base coach for Bourne. Just getting started here in Game 1 of the West Finals. Hyannis against Bourne. Bravo's up to bat first. No score here in the top of the first. Kerstetter's 1-2 pitch. Fastball.
Stopping Einich.
Stolen base for Rigdon. 0-1 to Bolton. Slider tails outside. Bolton checked his swing. It's Binghamton Bearcat in the box. A guy who's played really the most games for any Bravo this season. He's been pretty consistent. 3 home runs during the regular season. Rigdon with the big lead at second. He goes back. Kerstetter's 1-1 pitch. Fastball grounded to the right side. It just bounces foul. Just to the right of the first base bag where Andrew Lamb was standing. 1-2. I don't know if you heard, the whole Hyannis dugout was calling for Kerstetter to step off because Rigdon was just playing hopscotch over there, going from second to third, jumping back and forth. He is being held on by the shortstop, Matt Einich. No score here in the top of the first. Braves with the runner on second. 1-2 pitch on Bolton. Fastball grounded to the right side. Gloved by Charlie Bates at second. He'll throw over to Lamb to complete the out. Advancing over to third is Rustin Rigdon. 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Right fielder,
and it's the hot-hitting Luke Costello who will try to bring home the first run of the game.
And this is what the Braves did so well against Falmouth. In Game 1, they scored a first-inning run. In Game 2, they scored a second-inning run. So they've put early pressure against teams. And when you have that early run support for your pitcher, it just helps them out so much.
Costello's got 4 RBI in the postseason. First pitch to the righty. Bounces up against the left shoulder of the catcher, Brody Briggs, but he keeps it in front of him. Rigdon stays put at third. Those 4 runs batted in are tied for the most on Bourne this playoff. Only Austin Hawk has the same amount. Costello has been one of the best run producers on the Cape this summer. He's got a runner on third with 2 outs. Infield back with no score. Kerstetter's 1-0 pitch. Slider gulfed into left center field. It's chasing Nick Dromboski to the wall. He looks up. It's off the wall. It bounces in center field as Jimenez will relay it in. The run scores. It's 1-0. Another XBH for Luke Costello, and it's 1-0 Bravos early.
And it's just so incredible what Costello has done during this postseason. He finishes the regular season 3 straight weeks without an extra base hit, 10, and now we are 3 games into the postseason, not even.
A 1-0 lead an inning ago off a 2-out double from Luke Costello. Brandon Shannon pitched a 1-2-3, and here we are. Kerstetter's 1-0. Time is called, and a balk has been called on Richie Kerstetter. That was made by home plate umpire Mike O'Leary. Taking second on the balk is Farrell. No argument from Carricker in the dugout. Mitch is not walking out. That call was made by the home plate umpire, but he still sat in and watched Kerstetter deliver the pitch.
Yeah, you don't see that often at all.
Runner on second now with nobody out. The 1-0 pitch. Osterhaus watches a fastball dealt outside. You're going to see Kerstetter's velocity on the fastball be maybe 88, 89. It's mostly in the mid-80s. 2-0 pitch. Slider outside. Briggs has to turn his glove over to keep it in front of him. 3 balls and no strikes. Hyannis has already got a man warming in the pen. It's only the top of the second.
It looks like that's Griffin Madden, the right-hander out of James Madison, who has not pitched yet this postseason, warming up.
3-0. Pitch to Osterhaus. He gets the green light, but lines out to right as Andrew Lamb makes the catch at first. That was a scorcher off the bat of Justin Osterhaus, but hit it right at the first baseman.
Yeah, the Braves continue to make hard contact with the ball, but if you're going to place it where these Harbor Hawks are standing, you're not going to get a ton of success there. So that might be the best bet for Hyannis right now, to just let your defense deal with the balls in play.
There's Ryan Pikatowski at the plate. Big lead for Farrell at second. First pitch from Kerstetter. Fastball inner third for strike 1.
It's a big lead by Farrell, and Bates at second is not checking him too hard, so he's going to continue to take a lot of space there at the bag.
Bourne team has been taking big leads so far. 0-1, Farrell goes for third. Pitch taken inside, no throw from Briggs. Easy stolen base for the Braves. And that puts that runner on third now for Pikatowski. 8-hitting designated hitter for Bourne here. The chance to bring in run number 2. Kerstetter ready, 1-1. Slider taken low and in. Pikatowski has been quiet on the Cape. He hasn't been here for very long. It's probably a pretty unfamiliar feeling. Coming from South Carolina Sumter, Pikatowski made a lot of noise there. Hit over 460 with the Fire Ants. 2-1, the pitch. Low and inside, ball 3. Runner on third here with 1 out. Top of the second, 1-0. Bourne looking to add to their lead. Pikatowski was the reigning JUCO Pipeline Freshman Hitter of the Year. It's earned him a spot on West Virginia next spring. The 3-1 pitch. Curveball just below the knees for ball 4. It's not a pitch we've seen a lot from Kerstetter. He throws it on a 3-ball count. Can't get the call. Runners on the corners now.
The third baseman from Wake Forest, number 9, Austin Hawk.
Here comes Austin Hawk now with 1 out. Last man to bat in the Bourne order. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. That's Mitch Carricker out of the dugout. This could be an early end to Richie Kerstetter's evening. Griffin Madden in the bullpen will take one last drink of water, and this could spell a pretty quick end here. And he is going to exit. So Kerstetter gets the nod in Game 1 of the West Finals, but he can't make it out of the second inning. He's responsible for runners on first and third and has only given up 1. But Mitch Carricker pulls the hook pretty quickly. We'll step aside here at McKeon Park. 1-0 Braves here in the top of the second. Mitch Carricker already going into his bullpen. Not a good sign early for Hyannis, but they only trail 1-0 here in the top of the second in Game 1 of the West Finals. Happy to bring you more Cape League playoff baseball on Cape League TV. Alex, the new arm in the game, Griffin Madden, making his second appearance of the season.
Yeah, he did not come into this Hyannis team until the last weekend. He made his season debut in the regular season finale, and he's been on the bench for the postseason thus far. And now a big spot for the junior out of James Madison. He was really good for the Dukes this past spring, had 18 appearances. The ERA got up there, but still registered a win and was trusted in some big moments for JMU. And now this is a spot where, with how hot Bourne has been in the second half of games, you really feel like you need to shut them down and keep them at 1 run. But runners on the corners, that's a tall task.
Can't quite close the book on Kerstetter just yet. He's responsible for Max Farrell on third and Ryan Pikatowski on first. Righty-righty matchup with the third baseman Austin Hawk. Bourne trying to add to their lead. Hawk shows bunt. The first pitch, high fastball, bunted to the right side. The first baseman Lamb collects, and his only throw is the first, but Hawk's safe. The run also scores. 2-0 Bourne on a play that was supposed to be a suicide squeeze, turns into a single.
Well, that's what happens when you have speed like Austin Hawk does. He's played 4 years of college baseball. He knows the game so well, and that was supposed to be, like you said, just get out but get the run across home plate, and he'll get to keep his at-bat going as well. Just a really, really good start to this game for Bourne.
First and second for Riker Wade. First pitch to him, plunks him on the front leg. He was turning around to bat lefty against the right-handed Madden, and the bases are loaded for Rustin Rigdon. So early troubles. As you mentioned, Griffin Madden's numbers this spring were not fantastic depending on what metric you looked at. 8.89 ERA for JMU, but he held opponents to a 2.84 average and was good at times. It's like this summer when he played for the Keene Swamp Bats at a sub-1.5 ERA. Now he's in a bases-loaded jam. 2-0 Bourne here with 1 out in the second. First pitch to Rustin Rigdon, a fastball low and away for ball 1.
And the big problem is this Bourne pitching staff at the current moment in time is just so much deeper than Hyannis. The Harbor Hawks have lost 3 arms in the last 2 days and not looking great.
1-0. Rigdon grounds it to the right side. Gloved by Lamb at first. He throws to second for 1. Einik back to first. Safe is the call. The run scores. Call it a 3-6 fielder's choice. Pikatowski comes home to make it 3 for the Bravos.
The center fielder
Rustin Rigdon just far too fast. He's on again.
Matt Bolton.
Matt Bolton will check in now. Runners back to the corners here, 2 outs. I think Lamb did just about the best he could on that turn over to short. But another run comes across. 2 outs in the inning, top of the second. Braves have rallied for 2. 4 hits already for him. First pitch to the lefty, Matt Bolton. Rigdon goes for second. Briggs doesn't even throw. Another stolen base for Bourne. They already have 3 here, not even 2 innings of batting.
Yeah, that's the second time that Hyannis has just given up a stolen bag. I get you have a runner at third, but already trailing, you don't want to have more guys in scoring position, and with 2 away, you could end the inning right there.
Second and third. Second pitch to Matt Bolton. High drive, deep right field. Clay Thompson looks up at the wall. See you later. Everything's coming up Bravos here in Game 1 of the West Finals as Matt Bolton sends one out of here. 6-0 Braves.
Yeah, the ball likes to fly here at McKeon Park. Maybe not as much as the other host site tonight, Red Wilson Field, but you're going to see a lot of balls. Only 324 out to the right field pole. That one, though, cleared the scoreboard. Just a moonshot from Matt Bolton. He got the help of the wind, whipping out to right field, and this Braves team just keeps on rolling in August.
First pitch on Luke Costello is a fastball above the zone for ball 1. Well, Alex, in the pregame show we did way back on Wednesday, you called Bourne a sleeping giant in this Cape League playoff series, and they certainly have woke up. 1-0. Costello watches a slider up and in to make it 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, because it was just so surprising to see a team like Bourne lose 7 straight in the regular season, but you just knew Scott Landers would get his team together, and they've obviously rallied.
2-0. Costello swings away and grounds it into the Hyannis dugout. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs in the top of the second. 6-0. The guy at the plate cashed in the first run for Bourne back in inning number 1 on a double. Since then, the Braves have rallied for 5 more. 2-1, 2 outs. Madden set. His pitch. Breaking ball curls into the zone for strike 2. Nicely done. Freezes Costello and makes it 2-2.
And now you're in a position where you kind of have to stay with Madden for a couple of innings just because he's already your second arm used in this best-of-3 set, which is played on 3 consecutive days.
2-2 pitch. Fastball in the dirt. Runs the count full. It's a good point, and as the season goes on the Cape, your pitching staff just becomes thinner and thinner. Not to mention that the margins for error are a lot smaller in the postseason. 3-2, bases clear. Payoff pitch to Costello. Ball 4, misses in the dirt, and the Braves will keep the party going. Berkeley Mabius is the final Bourne hitter that hasn't come to the plate this inning.
Catcher from Oregon,
here he comes.
number 8, Berkeley Mabius.
Yeah, this has gone ugly quick. There's no run rule in the Cape League postseason, so Bourne right now is just going to try to run this up as much as possible, and you might get into a scenario where you can play your bench for the second half of this game, which would just be so great. Bourne already had a day of rest, and now you don't have to try super hard if you keep up this offense.
Both teams had a day of rest, but clearly the Braves got more sleep than Hyannis. First pitch to Mabius, fastball below the knees. To recap this inning, Max Farrell led off with a single. He was moved to second on a balk by Richie Kerstetter, then moved over to third on a stolen base. Came home on an Austin Hawk single. 1-0. Mabius watches one low and in. So after that, you then get a fielder's choice RBI from Rustin Rigdon, and then the big fly from Matt Bolton. 3-run home run. All in all, it's a 5-run inning for Bourne, and they're not done yet. Costello on first, 2-0. Mabius pops it up on the infield. Who wants it? Matt Hyannis at short makes the catch right behind the second base bag. But Bourne, that offense is waking up. 6-0. Bravo's already with 5 hits through just 1 1/3, and we head to the bottom of the second. Hyannis with some work to do. 6-0 Bravos here in Game 1 of the West Finals. Heading to the bottom of the second here from McKeon Park, where the home Hyannis Harborhawks have some catching up to do, both on the scoreboard and when they're in the batter's box. All three men who faced Brandon Shannon in the bottom half of the first struck out swinging, and now Clay Thompson will lead things off, looking to catch up a little bit here as the Braves lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the second. Thanks for joining us on Cape League TV, your playoff game of the day here with Daniel Stein alongside Alex Burstein. Brandon Shannon just mowed down Hyannis in inning number 1. Can this group adjust, as they have all season long? Righty-righty, the first pitch to Thompson. Fastball overthrown for ball 1. Thompson, the right fielder tonight, 1 for 3 in limited action here in the playoffs. 1-0 pitch. Shannon deals. High fastball called for a strike. Mike O'Leary has been a little bit more liberal with that zone at the top of it. Seen a couple of those high strike calls for both teams. Shannon's 1-1. Goes with the breaking ball and misses outside.
And I think Shannon's realized that, because he already likes throwing the high heater, but when you're going to get strike calls looking off of it, why try other parts of the zone where he's had mixed success?
2-1. That one gets Thompson up and in. Did that get the bat?
I think it clipped his bat.
You heard the sound, but Thompson got right back up. You were wondering if that got him either in the helmet or the neck. I think it hit his bat as he turned away.
Yeah, he's not wincing in pain. I think taking a fastball to that area would elicit such a response. So Shannon bailed out there on the almost hit by pitch.
Thompson's a big dude. He's 6'1", 200. He's back in the box. 3-1 from Shannon. High fastball taken upstairs for ball 4. First base runner of the evening for Hyannis. A leadoff walk for Thompson. So the first step to get back into this one here as Hyannis gets the speedy Thompson aboard.
And that's what they're going to have to do. You might not have the big hits like Bourne has had, because it is hard to time up hits against Shannon and there's so many fast pitchers that Bourne has on this roster. But if you can let them have the mistakes and just play your small ball that Hyannis has done all year long, that's how you get guys in the scoring position.
First pitch to the lefty, Andrew Lamb. Thompson takes off for second, outside for a ball. Throw down, not in time. Kicks into center field. Thompson gets right back up, and he's going to get into third standing up. So the fortunes change a little bit here for Hyannis. They now have a runner on third with nobody out. That throw from normally reliable Berkeley Mabius was a little bit off kilter, and it just went into center.
Yeah, he had him time-wise probably to get the tag out, but just sails the ball to the right of the bag, and neither Rigdon or Waite could possibly get a glove on it. It's good luck for Hyannis.
1-0. Lamb watches a slider curl into the zone for strike 1. Corner infielders are in for Bourne. Austin Hawk at third and Max Farrell at first, playing closer to the grass. Middle infielders are back. Righty-lefty here. Shannon's 1-1 pitch. Lamb swings and misses at the breaking ball. A ball and 2 strikes. Lamb, in between pitches, always puts his bat square on the ground, and then without bending his knees, he bends down, rubs dirt on his hands. Doesn't wear any batting gloves. Just a very unique approach. Not sure I've seen in between pitches. Ball and 2 strikes. Shannon's pitch. Breaking ball just got a piece of it. Stays alive here on a 1-2 count.
He takes the rub a little dirt on it phrase very, very literally.
That's what he just did right now.
I guess it's a natural grip to the bat.
Well, he's got some snakeskin on the bat, so he's not just putting his skin to the wood directly. That'd probably be pretty painful. Ball and 2 strikes. Thompson on third. Lamb at the plate looking to get Hyannis on the board. Shannon's pitch. Fastball popped up to the left side. This will go out of play. I wonder if he gets his superstition from somewhere. Might be from his dad. His father, Mike, played 10 years in the majors, the Rangers, Astros, Brewers as well. Sun has turned out to be quite the power threat. Shannon ready. His 1-2 pitch. Just taken outside. Fastball did not miss by much. Evens the count at 2 apiece.
Well, Mike Lamb has said he thinks his son is better at age 21 than he was, so could be a bright future for the lefty.
14 home runs this season for USC. Second on the team, only behind Augie Lopez for the Trojans. 2-2 from Shannon. Popped up. Foul ground. This one will get out of here. Goes over the press box and out of play. Lamb stays alive.
We've got a protective tent above us, so it really, really drastically drops our odds of getting a foul ball today.
It's going to have to be like a Spider-Man play. I'd have to like lean to the right and stick my right palm out if I wanted to catch one of those.
Super Stein.
Shannon's 2-2. High fastball taken up and away. I like that. That's got some ring to it. Good battle going on here. Full count coming up. Thompson on third. Nobody out. Bottom 2. 6-0. Braves lead here in Game 1 of the West Finals. Andrew Lamb looking to put it in play. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Left side. It's going to go foul again. It's going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Brandon Shannon on the mound. He struck out the first 3 Harbor Hawks he faced. Since then, a walk. And what will he do with Andrew Lamb? 3-2 again. Fastball grounded up the middle over Shannon's glove. Fielded by Waite. He throws over to first to get Lamb. Thompson comes home. And the Harbor Hawks are on the board. 6-1 on the 6-3 ground out. Lamb really fought in that at-bat, but in the end, he got the job done.
And we said small ball is what this Hyannis team needs to do to get back in the game, and Thompson, his trip around the base paths, you start with a walk, you steal second, get the third off the throwing error from Berkeley Mabius, and then you score on an RBI ground out. So small ball works for 1. Can you get 5 more?
First pitch on Tyler Lamb. He's taken in there for a strike. Tyler Lang, I should say. Got Lamb and Lang batting back-to-back in the order. He's 2 for 4 in the playoffs. 0-1. Fastball taken outside on the Harbor Hawks DH. He's got a couple RBI to go along with it. Lang a catcher by trade in the DH spot this evening. Bases clear, 1-1 with an out. Shannon's pitch. Slider tails into the bottom corner of the zone. Nicely thrown. It's 1-2. That was not a pitch we saw in that first inning. He was pretty much all fastball. But as Hyannis has started to figure him out a little bit, he's adjusted. Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Lang watches outside. Slider did not find the zone. Game 1 of this series tomorrow will be back at Doran Park. Right now the Braves have jumped out to an early 5-run lead. 2-2 on Lang. Swing and a miss. Couldn't help himself from going around on the high cheese. Shannon's 4th strikeout of the evening. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Baseman from UCLA, number
we talked about the big top
Taylor
zone for
Kirk.
Mike O'Leary means that Shannon's really been leaning into the high fastball. That one definitely would have been called for a ball high and outside, but Shannon continues to try to pound that upper part and get some swings out of it. 4 Ks and 6 batters. Pretty good stuff from the righty.
Righty with Taylor Kirk. First pitch. Line drive into right field. Coming in is Costello. He'll make the catch with a jog. Kirk got a good piece of lumber on that one, but could not find the grass. Hyannis does get a run on the ground out from Andrew Lamb. We've played 2 full innings here at McKeon Park. Score stands 6-1 Bourne here. You're listening to Playoff Baseball on Cape League TV. Beginning of the third here on Cape Link TV. Hyannis and Bourne, the 1 versus 2 seed here. And so far it's the 2 seed with a 6-1 lead. Daniel Stein with Alex Burstein here as Griffin Madden gets back to the mound. Let's check on the other game going on today. YD and Harwich, and game 1 is not particularly close.
Yeah, count 6 home runs for this Harwich team against YD. It's only the 7th inning. Literally, as we were watching, they just hit another one. Cade Curlin just went deep to right center field. So Harwich now an 8-run lead over YD. Chatham did win game 1 against YD in the first series, so maybe the Red Sox will have a late comeback. But, I mean, Harwich right now is playing its best baseball when it matters most.
Max Farrell leads off the third, as he did last inning. First pitch from Madden. Fastball up and in, taken for a ball. You say 6 home runs just for Harwich?
Yes.
Wow. Normally it's YD that we've seen in the postseason bringing the power.
They've had 1 home run.
They've had 1. That's good. The pitch to Farrell. Grounded into the dirt, foul. Goes right in front of the plate.
I mean, you could say the way that Bourne and Harwich finished the season were kind of similar. Harwich skidded to the 3 seed. Bourne dropped from the 1 to the 2. Both, I guess you could say, were underlooked heading into the 18 postseason field, and now early leads in game 1 of the divisional finals.
Pitch to Farrell. High fastball, broken bat, grounded to short, gloved by Hyannis. Across the diamond he throws, and Lamb puts the squeeze on it in time for out number 1. It's a good point. The Ners started off really well out in White House Field, but they had quite the skid at the end of the season. They were able to turn the corner a little bit quicker than Bourne did, but if it is a Bourne-Harwich matchup in the final, it would be a rematch of the 24 Cape Championship Series. Harwich ended up taking that one. Farrell out 6-3. Here's Justin Osterhaus. First pitch, fastball up and in on the lefty for ball 1. Osterhaus 0 for 1 today after he scalded a ball to the right side, but it was caught on the line by Andrew Lamb at first. Madden's 1-0. Fastball just misses outside. One out, top 3. Bourne up 6-1 here in game 1. Madden ready from the stretch he deals. 2-0 is hit shallow into center field. Coming in is Jax Jimenez. He'll make the catch. Off the bat, it looked like it might be the shortstop Heinrich ball out there, but Jimenez called him off, made the catch for out number 2. Here comes Ryan Pikatowski checking in. No official at-bat for him today. He walked back in the second, later came around and scored a run. Infield back, not shifted. First pitch. Breaking ball at the top of the zone for strike 1. Pikatowski was supposed to stay in the state of South Carolina to go be a Gamecock. He decommitted after a coaching change. Madden's 0-1. Fastball doesn't get the call. Evens the count at 1 apiece. When he committed to West Virginia, he said, "Power is a big part of my game." He says that he can hit a home run at any moment. After looking at his numbers in JUCO, I don't disagree with that. 1-1, high fastball. He checked his swing and held up, said the first base umpire Jeffrey Merzel. Had 25 home runs this past season in JUCO. If your slugging percentage is over 1, I'd say you're on the right track as a hitter. 2-1, Madden's pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. Pikatowski shakes his hips and takes his left spike out of the box. Now digs back in. Top of the third, 6-1. Madden has cleared the first 2 in the inning. 3-1, here's the pitch. Fastball foul tipped into the glove of Briggs. Count evens up here, or goes full, I should say, 3-2. It's the 9-hitter Austin Hawk on deck. Here's the payoff pitch with the bases cleared. Here it is. Fastball taken inside for ball 4. Piketowski's got his second walk in as many plate appearances, and Hawk will get that back.
Number 9, Austin Hawk.
Yeah, for a guy who loves to swing the bat as much as you were talking about, he sure also has a ton of patience. Sometimes you'll see those guys with the huge home run swings chasing a lot of balls, but Piketowski, for being such a young player, has shown some really good patience at the plate throughout this postseason.
Hawk at the plate, righty-righty. First pitch from Madden. Beautiful breaking ball. Gets the call for 0-1. When we talked about how Piketowski's slug was over 1, his on-base percentage was over 600. So you got to have a little patience to get the OBP that high. Madden throws back, Piketowski in safe. Hawk 1 for 1 today. Had a single back in that 5-run second inning. Brought in an RBI. Nothing in 1, 2 outs. Last man in Bourne's order here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball called for a strike. He's throwing that curve with more regularity now. Nothing in 2 with 2 outs. Piketowski takes his lead, being held on by the first baseman Lamb. Madden's 0-2. Fastball taken up and in. Hawk stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5 hits for the Braves already. None this inning. Madden looks at first. Now in, and his catcher Brody breaks. 1-2. Here it is. Breaking ball taken just outside. Fans here at McKeon Park thought it was a strike. Mike O'Leary shakes his head. Austin Hawk lives to see another pitch here. Madden, the second pitcher in the game after Mitch Carricker took out Richie Kerstetter after just an inning and a third. The pitch, fastball golfed up the middle for a base hit. Bounces in front of the center fielder Jimenez, and Hawk is 2 for 2. Piketowski moves up to second. Now the top of the order coming up.
Yeah, and it may only be 2 pitchers used for a short time longer. Already Trey Swigart, the right-hander out of Portland, warming up in the bullpen. So Hyannis on the verge of using 3 pitchers in 3 innings, which does not bode well for their future pitching success in this series.
Top of the order, Riker waits 0 for 1 today. First and second, 2 outs. Madden's first offering. Breaking ball just misses outside.
And like we said, it's a weird position to be in because you want to win this game, but at what point do you put your focus on game 2 and having your best arms available to keep this series alive?
6 runs and 6 hits already for the Bravos. They got 2 more ducks on the pond. 1-0 to wait. Breaking ball hit well into right field. Thompson chasing it at the wall. It bounces off of it. Jogging home and scoring easily is Piketowski. They're going to wave home Hawk, and the throw in isn't made. 8-0. Bravo to the Bravos here. This offense teeing off against Hyannis, and it's a 7-run lead for Bourne.
How about Riker Waite? He is now 5 of 8 with a trio of doubles in the postseason. He was teeing off against the Falmouth Commodores, and nothing has changed with the change of scenery over to McKeon Park.
Rustin Rigdon now with his 3rd plate appearance. Got a hit by pitch and an RBI today. Speedy Waite on second. First pitch to Rigdon. Fastball below the zone. Bourne has scored in every inning in this game. 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 2 in the third. They're not done yet. Second pitch. Fastball again below the zone. Bourne's offense has been rolling in the playoffs. 3rd in hits coming into this game, 2nd most runs. Madden's 2-0. Rigdon lines it into right field. That's going to fall in front of the right fielder, Thompson. They're going to wave home Riker Waite and now put the brakes on him. Waite will head for a slide back into 3rd. That was an aggressive send. Rigdon's got a hit, and Waite will chuckle as he goes back to 3rd. 8 hits for Bourne.
Yeah, Wade got lucky there as Mitch Carricker comes out to the mound, and that may be the day for Madden with the risky send, and then the hold off. He was tripping over his own ankles down the third base line. Luckily, the throw was a little bit off the mark home. Grody Briggs couldn't successfully fire it to third. And another lucky break for the Braves, and now they get another break chasing Madden, the second pitcher of the day.
So Madden came in the middle of the second inning, and he can't finish off the third. It's all Bourne here in Game 1 of the West Finals. 8-1 here as the Harbor Hawks go into the pen. Bourne offense has been putting on a show, and it hasn't even been 3 innings yet at McKeon Park. 8-1 Bravos as Mitch Carricker goes back to his bullpen for the second time today. He brings in the Portland pilot, Trey Swigert, to the mound.
Yeah, 6'3" righty out of Portland. He's actually a two-way guy. He bats from the left side of the plate and has done both pitching and DH work for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks this summer. Was pretty good with Portland this last year. 3.86 ERA, went 5-2, and he also had a 4.18 on base percentage. So did a lot on the NCAA circuit, and he's had a busy summer as well. This is actually his second stop, I should say. He began in Corvallis, Oregon with the Corvallis Knights. Corvallis, Oregon to Hyannis, Massachusetts. You want to guess how far that is?
4,000 miles?
3,232. It's an hour. It's a day and 23 hours of driving time.
Wow. First and third for Matt Bolton. The first pitch popped up foul.
It's a road trip I would not want to take.
Now, you've taken a good amount of road trips. We both did as well, but got Riker Waite on first. Rustin Rigdon on first, Waite on third. 0-1 on Bolton. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the right side, gloved by Andrew Lamb over at first, and he takes it to the bag. We'll tell you about me and Burr's road trip later. 8-1. Bourne opening up a huge lead here through 2.5. We'll take things to the bottom of the third here. Still getting underway early here in the West Finals. And Scott Landers' group with a commanding 7-run lead.
Jack it up.
8-9-1 in the Harbor Hawks order as we get ready for the bottom of the third. It's 8-1. Bourne has really poured it on the Harbor Hawks. We'll see if they can leave the nest and send that offense flying again, as we've seen them before do that this postseason. Brandon Shannon out to the mound to face Brody Briggs, Nick Tromboski, and Matt Hyannis. It's a righty-lefty matchup with the Harbor Hawks catcher. Shannon holds the glove up to his face, starts his wind, and deals. First pitch, fastball taken outside. I think Shannon was wondering where that pitch was. He'll look back down at his left forearm that has the black PitchCom device on it and get ready to go. 1-0 fastball fouled into the glove of Mabius, but spills out. If you're just joining us, Bourne added another 2 runs to their total in the third, both on a Riker Waite 2 RBI double. That damage came with 2 outs in the inning as well. Ball on the strike on the catcher Briggs. Nobody out. The pitch from Shannon doesn't even clear Mabius's glove. Above the zone it went. 2-1.
It's funny, I think with this lead, he's trying to test out his off speed. We've seen a couple sliders, a couple splitters. None of them have had a lot of success, and then he just goes back to his fastball.
One of those pitches that flies by you and you don't really have an answer for. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Briggs watches a fastball upstairs. 3-1. Briggs' first plate appearance here tonight. 2 for 7 in the playoffs. Still chasing his first RBI. 3 balls in the strike. Shannon starts his wind. Fastball taken inside corner for strike 2. He's got a somewhat imposing presence on the mound. Shannon, 6'4", 185. Rising sophomore out of Louisville. 3-2 on Briggs. Here it is. Fastball poked out and fouled away. This will clear the left field bleachers. Shannon hailing from McHenry, Illinois. Number 1 pitcher out of Illinois in the class of 25, according to Perfect Game.
Great town.
You been to McHenry?
I have, a couple times. It's a fun vacation spot.
3-2 on Briggs. Shannon's pitch. High fastball popped up. This will go out of play again. What's your favorite thing to do in McHenry, Illinois?
Well, so my grandparents' neighbors had a cabin there, so we would play wiffle ball in this wide open field. It's a pretty small town, so lots of open fields, and there's a ton of fireflies. So you can play wiffle ball basically by the light of the fireflies.
It's pretty cool. 3-2 on Briggs. Off speed outside for ball 4. Nice at bat from the Harbor Hawk catcher. Back-to-back innings where Hyannis starts off with a walk. Second one issued here by Shannon this evening. Nick Tromboski will bat, the left fielder. 9-hitter in the order. Tromboski, the Stony Brook Seawolf. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball taken outside for a ball. Tromboski checked his swing on it. Maybe has asked for an appeal. Second base umpire Jeffrey Kinney says he held up. Pitch did not look too far from the zone.
That was one of the slowest moving appeals I've ever seen. Home plate umpire Michael Leary had to walk to the side of the plate.
Shannon's 1-0. Changeup taken low in the zone. Had a lot of movement to it, but Tromboski laid off of it. My favorite part about that play was it was the appeal to nobody, as Mabius pointed his left hand out to third where there was no umpire. Jeffrey Kinney has moved in between first and second. Shannon's 2-0. Fastball taken outside, and he's starting to lose the control a little bit here. Already a man on with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Bourne with a 7-run lead over the home top-seeded Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Mitch Carricker trying to jumpstart his offense here. Tromboski's been a good spark plug. Shannon's 3-0. Taken at the knees for strike 1. He's back in it.
Well, I guess you could say Mabius is still stuck in the Big Ten because 4 umpires, you're almost always going to have someone at third base. But here in the Cape League, only 3 for the postseason games.
Shannon's 3-1. Fastball grounded to the right side. This will nub foul. Took a spin on the grass and landed in it. That runs the count full here on Dromboski. Just put the finishing touches on a nice rookie season with Stony Brook. He's going back there next year. Had a .340 average across 42 starts, 5 long balls, and was on base 44% of the time.
Our Long Island producer, Dan Papillo, very happy with those numbers.
There's a lot of Long Island representation on the Cape here. Stony Brook out of the CAA. Shannon's full count pitch. High fastball roped into shallow center field. It's going to drop in front of the center fielder, Bolton. Moving up to second is Briggs. Boski's going to be a good player. Mark my words, if it hasn't been clear already. He's just a really good plate presence to him and finds contact here in a fastball up in the zone.
Yeah, already his 3rd hit of the postseason. He has an extra base knock as well, a double back against Gatuit. He just bats the ball very well and places it perfectly in the outfield. Hyannis starting to show some signs of life.
First and second for the top of the order. First pitch to Matt Hyannis. Changeup watch low and inside. Hyannis 0 for 1 today with the strikeout. 8-1. Hyannis trails to Bourne. They're in game 1 of the West Finals. Winner of this series to the Cape League Championship. 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken up and away. So Shannon is just not getting the swing and miss as much. He's also not finding the zone with as much consistency. And now time is called. Scott Landers is going to head out there. Just now, there's a Bourne Brave walking up to the bullpen, but hasn't been throwing yet.
Yeah,
so this is not the end of the line.
There's been a couple players doing soft toss, but no true warm-ups. And you have to imagine they'll give at least a little bit of a leash to Shannon. He has 7 runs of support from his team, but certainly a much different sight than the 3 strikeouts he had in the first inning. Looks like Gavin Miller, the lefty out of George Washington, the man beginning to warm up for the Braves in the bullpen.
Well, Scott Landers was a pitcher himself. Played 4 years at Cortland in the D3. Made 3 College World Series appearances as a player. All-American in the late 1990s. Knows his way around to pitching now. First and second, nobody out. 2-0 on Hyannis. Fastball right down the pipe for strike 1. He's made 2 more D3 College World Series as the head coach at SUNY Oswego. 2-1. Shannon's pitch. Fastball runs a little bit inside. Hyannis ahead. 3 balls and a strike. First and second. You really don't want to load the bases for Jax Jimenez here. Guy who you know is capable of doing damage. Infield back with Wade at short, shifted over towards the right. Hawk at third plays in on the grass. 3-1. Fastball taken outside for ball 4. It feels like that zone has tightened a little bit from Mike O'Leary, and it comes back to hit Shannon at the worst time. Bases loaded, nobody out here for Jax Jimenez.
It's also just this Hyannis team realizing they don't have to swing at as many pitches that Shannon's throwing because he does miss along the edges a lot. All 4 of his strikeouts have come via the swing. And now the Harbor Hawks taking a deep breath, letting the ball come to them, and it's paying off big time.
No movement from Scott Landers. Infield back, first pitch. Jimenez pops it up into the netting in front of us. 0-1. Went after that high fastball. Jimenez 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the first. Big moment in this game. Can Hyannis dig into this 7-run deficit? Righty-lefty. Shannon from the stretch. 0-1 in the dirt. Picked out by Mabius.
Yeah, his bullpen situation might become more dire for Bourne than you would have expected. I mean, 1 swing of the bat, this is all of a sudden a 3-run game.
The American flag out in right center is blowing pretty strongly out to right field. Shannon's 1-1. Off speed taken outside. 2 balls in the strike. It's crunch time here for Brandon Shannon. He breezed through the first inning, struck out the first 3 he faced, allowed a run on a ground out in the second, and has allowed the first 3 men he's faced in the third to reach base. Bases loaded. 2-1. Here it is. Fastball golfed to the left side, foul. It will get its way out of play over the left field bleachers. 2-2. Briggs on third, Dromboski on second, Hyannis on first. Riker Waite, the shortstop, playing right up the middle for the lefty Jimenez. Shannon comes set. 2-2. Fastball hit into shallow left center field. Matt Bolton in center is going to make the catch. Briggs is going to tag. Throw goes to third, and the run will score. 8-2 on the sac fly at the runner as the runners at first and second stay put. Jimenez does his job and gets the Hawks a second run.
And this is just what we said in the second inning when this Harbor Hawks team scored their first run. Small ball is the way you're going to do it. Get a walk, a single, and then another walk, and the sac fly is what brings home the run. The A1 goal for Hyannis now is when you get the ball back on defense, you have to keep Bourne from scoring. They've scored at least a run in all 3 innings. You can't keep on extending this deficit.
First pitch to Bates, fouled straight back. First and second with 1 out. Dromboski, who has the only hit for Hyannis here this evening, is in scoring position on second. Matt Hyannis is on first. After the Jimenez sac fly, here's Charlie Bates. Lefty waits on an 0-1. Shannon's pitch. Fastball just misses outside. And he is not getting anything on that outside corner. You could see Matt Bolton out in center field was waving his hands. He thought it was in the zone. Shannon puts his right foot on the slab. Sets at the belt. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. I mean, every at-bat in this inning has been pretty painstaking for Brandon Shannon. He's a third of the way there. He's already allowed 1 run. Hyannis still threatening here with first and second. 2-1. Shannon deals. Fastball popped up towards the left side. This will land in foul ground. No play for Hawk at third or Osterhaus in left. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Sun begins to set here at McKeon Park and becomes more and more covered up by the press box and the foliage behind us. 2-2. The pitch. Fastball hit into left field. Check that center as Matt Bolton will make the catch near the track. Puts in a good throw to third, and that keeps both runners where they are. Now 2 outs for Clay Thompson. He was the first base runner for Hyannis earlier in the second. That ball was a lot more well hit than I thought off the bat.
Yeah, and the scouting report is out on Bolton, and he just has such a strong right arm that most times you'd see Briggs tag up from second base, but not when you have a guy like Bolton throwing the ball in.
The righty Thompson at the plate. Shannon looks back at second. Now kicks and fires. Breaking ball hovers into the zone. 0-1. Thompson has a walk today. Hyannis on first. Dromboski on second. Shannon's 0-1. Slider a little bit too far out. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 8-2. Bourne leads by 6. Hyannis getting another run here in the third on the sac fly from Jax Jimenez. Clay Thompson trying to keep the party going. Infield shifted left. The 1-1 pitch. High fastball found to the right side. This will go over the Braves bullpen and out of play. First time today we do get a reading on the radar gun out on the right center field scoreboard. Make sure to keep an eye on that here. 1-2, Shannon's pitch. Slider hit into right center field. Playable for Luke Costello in right field. He makes the catch drifting to his right. Hyannis gets another run, but Brandon Shannon avoids disaster. Harbor Hawks strand 2 as we played 3 complete here at McKeon Park. Still 8-2 Braves in Game 1 of the West Finals.
On to the 4th inning at McKeon Park. It's all Bourne Braves 8-2 in Game 1 of the West Division Finals. Alongside Daniel Stein, I'm Alex Burstein. It's been a tough going for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks on defense. They'll try to shore things up in the 4th inning as Trey Swigart stays on for his first full inning of work. He begins the outing against the right-handed Luke Costello. First pitch, slider, bounce down the third base line. Will it go foul? Yes, it does. Oh no, it's a late call fair. Taylor Kirk at third base thought he let the ball go foul as he picked it up, but instead Costello is aboard on the infield single. So that's an unfortunate defensive mishap by a very good defender in Kirk.
Yeah, a bit of a disaster for Kirk over there at third as that ball just keeps rolling. I'm not really sure what else he could have done about it because you want to wait for that ball to go foul. But off the bat, it just never did. Even with Costello not having the best speed, he's still on first.
Lefty Berkeley Mabius comes to the plate. First to pick off attempt, Costello back in time at first base. Winner of this series advances to the Cape League Championship set. Slated to begin in 3 days' time at one of the 4 ballparks that remain. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Mabius shows bunt, lays it down right in front of home plate. Briggs gets it, throws to first in time, but it advances Luke Costello to second base. So a good job by Berkeley Mabius. He does his job, gets a runner into scoring position, and there's one down on the 2-3 putout.
Yeah, it's not often you see the 5-hitter laying down a sac bunt, but nicely done by Briggs to get that rolling ball. Does the job, puts Costello in scoring position. But as you mentioned earlier, the name of the game for the Harbor Hawks has to be to keep Bourne at 8 right now because they have a lot of work to do.
First pitch to the righty, Max Farrell. Slider misses high, and the count goes 1-0. Runs in all 3 innings for the Bourne Braves. A single run in the first, 5 in the second, and 2 runs in the third. 1 ball and no strikes on Max Farrell. The next pitch, he shows bunt, can't put it down. A called strike to the bottom outside corner as Farrell just rammed through that bunt, and the count evens out at 1 apiece. Sun setting at McKeon Park in front of a near sold-out crowd for Game 1 of this West Division Championship set. It's a perfect night for baseball. The 1-1. Fastball clobbered into shallow center field. Jimenez runs in and makes the grab for the second out. Loud off the bat of Farrell, but it dies out. And there's 2 away in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, it was an interesting approach at that plate because it looked like Farrell was going to try to bunt again, but couldn't come up with that on the last one and then just decided to swing away. Now it's up to Osterhaus to try to bring home Costello.
Left-handed Justin Osterhaus out of Alabama stands in. First pitch from the righty Swigart. Fastball dribbled down the first base line, and it goes foul. Osterhaus got a good swing on it, but couldn't straighten it out, and he'll gather his thoughts outside of the lefty's batter's box. He has one of the more stylish wooden bats in the league. Half of it, the bottom part, is black, and it's a teal blue in the top half. Not what you'd expect for a player out of Alabama and the Bourne Braves, two teams with red as their main colorway. 0-1 pitch. Osterhaus takes the slider inside, and the count evens out at 1 apiece.
You call that blue? I would call that green.
A teal. Half blue, half green.
It's more color knowledge than I know. Good work.
1-1 count on Osterhaus. Swigart fires home. Grounded sharply on the left side, and the diving Kirk gets it. Throws to first in time. A nice play by the future UCLA Bruin. He makes up for an odd play to begin the inning that allowed a single. It's a 5-3 putout, and everyone retired in the top of the fourth for the Braves. No runs off of one hit, a runner stranded, still 8-2 Bourne as we play on to the last of the fourth. Don't go anywhere, you're listening to the Cape League postseason on Cape League TV. Last of the fourth at McKeon Park. The Hyannis Harbor back-to-back, trailing 8-2 to the Bourne Braves in Game 1 of the best of 3 West Division Finals. Alongside Daniel Stein, I'm Alex Burstein. Brandon Shannon stays in for a fourth inning of work. He goes against 5, 6, and 7 for the Harbor Hawks, beginning with the left-handed Andrew Lamb out of USC. Lamb already an RBI today off of a ground out in the second. This time he worked with the bases empty to begin the fourth. Just one hit today for the Harbor Hawks. Shannon turns, fires the first pitch. Fastball, check swing, doesn't matter. Called strike to the inner third. And it's an 0-1 count.
A little surprised to see Shannon out there. He's about to throw his 70th pitch, and that's not a terrible number, but for the Cape, you know, a lot of these guys are on pitch limits and restrictions, and he's still going.
Turns and fires the 0-1. Slider misses outside, and the count evens out at 1 apiece. This is the last appearance of the summer for Brandon Shannon, so his last true game action until this coming spring with the Louisville Cardinals. You have to imagine maybe a bit of a larger pitch count with that long wait. The 1-1. Fastball misses high at the eyes of Lamb, and it's a 2-1 count.
He doesn't look very tired. He just hit 96 here in inning number 4.
Yeah, that radar gun has started to work. He's been operating in the 94 to 96 range. 2 balls and a strike on Andrew Lamb. Pitch home. Fastball misses high. There are some quirks of the radar guns that show up on the scoreboards in the Cape League. I was over in Brewster for Game 1 of the divisional semifinal between Brewster and Harwich, and we were watching the scoreboard. 3-1 pitch, hit foul behind home plate, and the count runs full. And we were trying to make sense of what Jason Flores, the starter for Harwich, was throwing. We were commenting on it, and one of the beat reporters for Brewster said, take whatever number's showing and add 2 miles per hour, because the radar gun is always too short. So take for granted, or take as a grain of salt each one. Payoff pitch, grounded down the third base line. It dribbles foul, and the count stays full.
There's a lot of different things that can contribute to that. Like something that I saw last year when I spent time with the Charlottesville Tom Sox was a lot of varying mound heights. So in one stadium we were at, Percival, the mound was specifically higher, which meant that the pitchers could kind of extend further down, and it kind of felt like everybody was throwing in the upper 90s when you were playing those guys.
A mound makes such a difference as a pitcher. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Lamb. Hit in the air, foul to the left side. To that point, Raymond Olivas, the starter for Game 2 of the West Division semifinal for Hyannis against Katuitt, had a lot to say about the mound at Lowell Park. He said the pitcher he was dealing against was digging in so hard that he had to change his pitching stance. Another payoff. Fastball misses wide, and that's a leadoff walk for the Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the 4th inning.
The designated hitter from USC.
I'm watching Scott Landers, and here he comes. I mean, Shannon's pitched really well today, but that's his 4th walk, and you figured that his leash was going to be pretty short given where his pitch count was at, and there he goes. Lando is going to the pen, but good performance for Shannon overall. I mean, he only allows a hit against a good Hyannis team and put on a show with the radar gun.
Yeah, 3 innings of 1 hit ball. He's given up 2 runs and is responsible for the man at first base. First call to the bullpen for the Bourne Braves in this West Division final. We'll have all you need to know about the new man on the mound after a quick break. 8-2 Braves. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Cape League Postseason Baseball on Cape League TV. Owen Hancock, the new man on the mound midway through the last of the 4th here at McKeon Park. The Bourne Braves ahead of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 8-2. Hancock, the first man out of the bullpen for the Braves, the right-hander out of Mississippi. Daniel, what should we know about him?
Well, Hancock is another guy who comes out of Scott Landers' pen with a lot of pedigree. This is a Bourne team that recruits very well, and Hancock no different, coming over from Mississippi. Ole Miss, I should say. This is a guy who comes from a small town in Georgia, but pitched pretty well for the Rebels this past season. 14 innings, a sub-4 ERA. He's got a tough battle, though. He's going to deal with Tyler Lang, a good hitter and a guy who struck out in his first at-bat, but he's having a pretty good postseason.
Andrew Lamb is at first base. He was walked by Brandon Shannon to begin this inning before the plug was pulled on the starter for the Braves. 3 innings of work for the right-hander out of Louisville. Now we'll see what the Ole Miss righty can do. He stands tall, the first pitch home. Fastball misses inside, and it's a 1-0 count on Lang. Hancock's an imposing presence on the mound. 6'5", 205 pounds, making his postseason debut in the Cape League. Stands hunched over, late kick in the pitch. Swing and a miss on the low heater, and the count runs even. Now Hancock has been very honest about his interesting approach as a pitcher. He works high with his fastball and low with the cutter. A low fastball there kind of broke up his rhythm. The 1-1. Pitch misses outside. The slider couldn't find the zone, and it's a 2-1 count. Hancock, it's 2-1. Fouled off to the right side, and the count runs even. Was sparingly used for an Ole Miss team this past spring that made it all the way to the College World Series. He made 9 bullpen appearances and was not used in the postseason. So this is really his first true taste of collegiate postseason baseball. 2-2 count, next pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Lamb over at first has been stutter stepping after each pitch, trying to draw maybe a pickoff attempt, but Hancock has kept his attention home at Lang, and Lamb has kept his foot near first base. 8-2, Bourne leaves, last of the 4th inning at McKeon Park. Wind is whipping out to right field. The pitch. Slider misses inside. Mabius wanted to throw down to first base, but as he got up to throw, he lost the ball. And instead, it's a full count on the righty Tyler Lang.
And that was going to be a pretty close play if he got that cleanly. Mabius is usually one of the best defensive catchers in the Big Ten, or at least he was the last couple of seasons, but today he's been a little off.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the low cutter. Lang swung at a pitch in the dirt. He will want that one back. Disgruntled as he walks back to the dugout along the third base line, and there's one down in the bottom of the 4th with one on for this Harbor Hawks team.
Yeah, that was surely going to be ball 4, and tough evening for Lang so far, a couple of strikeouts.
Taylor Kirk at the plate, righty-righty matchup, first pitch. Slider zips the zone on the outside corner for an 0-1 count. Hancock gets some good velocity on that off speed. His breaking stuff has been sitting in the mid-80s thus far to complement his fastball. Runner at first base, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. The off speed gets Kirk. And an 0-2 count now. Kirk just behind the changeup, and now down to the last strike here for the right-hander out of Fordham, going to UCLA for this upcoming 2027 season. Lead off of first by Lamb, the 0-2. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. Kirk sent down on 3 pitches, and there's 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Hancock is not throwing as hard as Shannon was, but he still hits 93 there on that last pitch, elevates the fastball. Nicely done to get a good hitter in Kirk.
Oh, okay.
So 2 batters face, 2 strikeouts. There's 2 away, and now it brings Brody Briggs to the plate, the left-hander out of Arizona State. Righty-lefty matchup. Lamb still at first. He has a small lead. The pitch down in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Well, we have one final in the Cape League playoffs tonight, the only other game. That means the East Division final between Harwich and YD. We'll get you that score in just a second. As Hancock twirls the 1-0. Fastball down the heart of the zone for a strike. 1-1 the count. And it's an upset. Third-seeded Harwich Mariners, a 12-9 winner over the YD Red Sox to take a 1-0 lead in the East Division finals. YD made a late effort, but couldn't hold off 6 home runs from Harwich. The 1-1. Check swing, fouls it back behind home plate. And the count goes 1-2.
Oh, YD made it competitive there at the end. I think it was Jace Darnish who had a 3-run home run to cut the lead to just 3. YD has had just a really good all-around team, but a rare slip-up from Scott Pickler's bullpen today with 12 runs for the Mariners. Normally, YD's pitching has been historically good.
We'll be there tomorrow night for game 2 of that series. 8-2 Bourne in the 4th of this one. Pickoff attempt to first. Lamb back in time. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the left-handed Brody Briggs with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Picture perfect night for game 1 of this West Division Finals matchup between the 1st-seeded Harbor Hawks and the 2nd-seeded Braves. The 1-2. Fastball clubbed on the ground through on the right side. Lamb turns around second base. The throw from right all the way to third is late. And there's runners on the corners off the scorching hot single by Brody Briggs.
Well, we had talked about how Briggs was kind of slow in the playoffs, but he's having himself a day. He had a good, really good first at-bat, drew a walk against Brandon Shannon, then just gets good wood on a pitch that's low in the zone, sends it out to right field, and that was a sneaky, really good throw from Costello and right. He got that ball out there from deep right field into the glove with no hop into Hawk's glove, but Lamb just a little bit too fast, and if Hyannis can just keep chipping away here, they're in okay shape.
First pitch to the lefty, Dromboski. Takes the slider for a strike on the inner third, and it's an 0-1 count. Dromboski already with a single today. If he does that again, Hyannis will score at least 1 run, trailing 8-2 in the bottom of the 4th, but slowly showing some offensive progress. The 0-1. Fastball fouled behind home plate. The count now 0-2. That single by Brody Briggs was just the 2nd hit of the day for Hyannis. A single by Dromboski in the 3rd was the 1st. Briggs has really found his footing. Hit .050 in the regular season. He already has 3 hits in the postseason. No balls and 2 strikes to pitch. Fastball grounded right side, rigged in over, and he makes the short throw to first for the 3rd out. Some offensive progress for Hyannis, but they strand runners on the corners. No runs off of 1 hit. A pair stranded, and it's still 8-2 Bourne as we turn to the 5th. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Cape League postseason presented by Reader's Hardwood Supply on Cape League TV.
Jack it up.
We play to the 5th at McKeon Park. Bourne still in control, 8-2 over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in game number 1 of the best of 3 West Division Finals. And Bourne trying to add some more insurance against Trey Swigart in the 5th inning. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Braves, beginning with Ryan Pikatowski, the transfer portal commit to West Virginia, who just wrapped up a incredible first season at South Carolina Sumter. First pitch, Pikatowski takes the slider low, and it's a 1-0 count. Pikatowski, a .463 hitter. The 1-0. Fastball, cold strike on the bottom outside corner, and the count evens out. And he certainly reaped the accolades because of his strong numbers. The 1-1 pitch. Pikatowski takes the ball outside, and it's a 2-1 count. Just last week, named a Rawlings NJCAA D1 All-American. That's the National Junior College Athletic Association. So one of the best JUCO bats in the entire country. 2-1 pitch. Pikatowski takes the changeup for a strike on the bottom inside corner, and the count evens out at 2 apiece.
Oh, look what we have here.
It's a bird fight down the third base line. There is looked like a seagull and another bird fighting. 2-2. Slider misses outside, and now the gray bird has landed behind second base in shallow center field.
I believe that's one of the Osprey.
Okay, that would make sense. Park. So as Osprey versus Seagull. The payoff pitch. Fouled off to the right side. So I guess we have two matchups tonight. We have the Braves against the Harbor Hawks, and we have the Ospreys against the Seagulls. And I would say the Ospreys won this first battle because that's the bird that's still standing on the field. He slowly walks behind the second baseman, Charlie Bates. Payoff pitch again. Slider clubbed into right field, dropping quickly. A diving grab made by Clay Thompson. Oh, that ball was finding the grass quickly. Thompson came out of nowhere to make a leaping grab, and there's one down to start off the fifth.
Well, normally when you think of Clay Thompson, you think of going up to the rim to get the ball in his hand, but this time he goes down to the ground and gets it. We've seen a lot of good corner outfielder catches this summer. That might be the best one I've seen, Alex.
Running to his left side, he had to make the grab almost near the foul pole. As the right-handed Austin Hawk takes the first pitch slider for a strike. 0-1 the count. One down in the top of the fifth inning, an 8-2 lead for the Bourne Braves over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Game one of this best-of-3 Western Division Finals. The 0-1. Hit on the ground up the middle and escapes into the grass. That's a one-out single for Austin Hawk, and the Bourne Braves back in business in the top of the fifth.
The shortstop.
Well, I know it's only 3 singles, but I'm starting to kind of wonder why this kid is hitting 9th in the lineup. If he keeps getting on base, I think Scott Landers might have to hit him further up. But once again, Hawk is really just not trying to do too much when he comes up to the plate. He's not hitting it super hard, but he's just finding the grass. He's on base for a third time.
Lefty Riker Waite. First pitch. Slider called for a strike on the inside corner, and it's no one count. Waite, the leadoff man tonight for the Braves, doubled in the third and reached on a hit-by pitch in the second. He's 1 for 2 with a pair of RBIs. Long wait. The 0-1 from Swigart misses low and outside, and the count evens out at 1 apiece. Austin Hawk standing at first base. He's had a very interesting collegiate career. Started off with North Carolina, was sparingly used for the Tar Heels. Produced for Wake Forest in 2024 and 25. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and the count now 1-2. This year, though, limited just to 8 games played, so he keeps an extra year of eligibility, and he'll use it next year with the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the switch hitting Waite, batting from the left side. The pitch, fastball, broken bat, fair down the right field line. The grounder escapes all the way to the pole. Into third base, Hawk, he stops there, and that's a stand-up double for Riker Waite on a slashing grounder down the first base line. That ball just dipped next to the bag. Lamb, who was playing a few feet off, did not have any chance at a diving stop, and the Bourne bats back in business, 2 in scoring position with just 1 away for the switch hitting Rustin Rigdon.
Yeah, back in business and back with the switches here with the switch hitter Rigdon hitting lefty, infield in.
First pitch. Off speed, clips the bottom outside corner, and it's no 1 count. Third baseman Kirk, shortstop Hyannis, second baseman Bates, and first baseman Lamb all playing on the edge of the infield grass. Maybe a bunt attempt, we'll see. The 0-1. Escapes past the glove of Briggs, and the runners stay put at second and third. A wild pitch from Trey Swigart. He tried the changeup. Briggs was not ready for it, but he lucks out with Hawk staying at third base, Waite staying at second. And the count now even on Rustin Rigdon. The 1-1. Slider grounded through on the right side. Hawk walks home to score. Waite gets the stop sign at third. 3 straight singles for the Bourne Braves, and there are now a 9-2 lead for Bourne in the top of the 5th. That's now 4 innings that Bourne has scored, and today it's just the small ball working against Hyannis.
It's just kind of an unfortunate circumstance for Hyannis, who brings all 4 infielders in, and Rustin Rigdon just places it between the second baseman Bates and the first baseman Lamb. Bourne's still not done yet. 12 hits for them already.
The lefty Matt Bolton at the plate. First pitch, runner takes towards second. The throw down is in time. Rustin Rigdon caught stealing, and there's 2 down. The fastball called a strike on Matt Bolton, and that's a big break for Hyannis. Still a runner at third in Riker Waite, but he gets to work a lot more comfortably now. Swigart ready, he fires the 0-1. Slider misses outside, and the count even at 1 apiece.
You wonder on that last play if Rigdon was really running at 100%, because of that runner on third. We've seen that situation before where Bourne takes off and Briggs doesn't even throw. Well, he uncorks that time and gets him.
Long wait, the 1-1. Bounce down the first base line, it dribbles foul. Yeah, probably good gamesmanship for the Bourne Braves not to attempt a double steal for a run, up 9-2 in the 5th inning. So instead, it's just a runner at third base. Taylor Kirk at third started this at-bat playing in on the infield grass. Now he's back because you don't have to worry about the sacrifice bunt as much. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on the high heater. Strike 3 on Matt Bolton, and the side retired in the top of the 5th, but not before another run comes across the plate for the Bourne Braves. Austin Hawk scores lucky number 9 for the Braves. They lead by 7 as we turn to the bottom of the 5th. All Bourne Braves, don't go anywhere. You're listening to Game 1 of the West Division Finals on Cape League TV. Last of the 5th at McKeon Park. It's all Bourne Braves over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in Game 1 of the West Division Finals. 9-2 the score on this Friday evening. Alongside Daniel Stein, I'm Alex Burstein. Owen Hancock stays on to face against the top of the order for Hyannis, beginning with Matt Hyannis, the left-handed hitter out of West Virginia. Hancock came in with no outs in the 4th. And a runner at first base. He got 2 strikeouts, a single and a ground out. No damage done. Now he works cleanly against Hyannis to begin the 5th. First pitch. Changeup called for a strike on the bottom part of the zone. 0-1 the count. Hyannis is a bat that really needs to wake up if Hyannis wants to contend in this series. The 0-1. Fastball down low. 1-1 the count. Had a pair of hits in game 1 and 2 of the Katuitt series. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout and a walk. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Check swing, doesn't matter, called strike on the bottom part of the zone. And the count moves to 1-2 on Hyannis. The Mountaineer has a lot of power, 400-foot home run in his last game played for Hyannis. 1-2 pitch. Slider misses outside, and the count now even at 2-2. Hyannis used to these big postseason games. Made it all the way to the College World Series. The 2-2. Swing and a line drive down in center field. Matt Hyannis begins the 5th with a single. And Hyannis has 3 hits on the day. One on with no outs in the last of the 5th inning.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching Hyannis this summer, a guy who really seems to just get better and better as his summer goes on. You know, he had a pretty solid season at West Virginia this past season, and he's just picked up right where he's left off. The batting average has stayed up, and we've seen the run production, too.
First pitch to Jax Jimenez. A fastball called for a strike. And it's an 0-1 count on the Oregon Duck. Jimenez, a switch hitter, batting from the left side of the plate against the righty Owen Hancock. He's given up 2 hits. Next pitch, fastball zips outside, and the count even now. 9 runs on 12 hits for Bourne tonight. 2 runs off of just 3 for Hyannis. But they've slowly started to show some signs. The 1-1. Off speed, misses high and outside. Maybe has had to jump outside to avoid that from going to the backstop. And the count now 2-1. Charlie Bates on deck. Clay Thompson in the hole for Harbor Hawks team chasing 7 in the back half of this contest. Long wait, the 2-1. Fastball called strike at the knees of Jimenez, and the count even now at 2 apiece. The sun mostly set, lights blasting from left center and right field to illuminate the picture-perfect McKeon Park field. Nice crowd on hand for game 1 of this West Division final set. The 2-2. Fastball escapes past Mabius, but it doesn't matter. A hit by pitch. It clipped off the ankle of Jimenez. And honestly, that may end up hurting Hyannis because Hyannis was already taking second. A wild pitch, he could have possibly gone to third, but the ball is dead, and now 2 on first and second with no outs.
Yeah, good call made by Mike O'Leary over behind home plate. He made that call very quickly, and you're right, I think he was thinking the same thing, that maybe Hyannis would try for third if he didn't say anything sooner. Once again, Hyannis in business here.
So lefty Charlie Bates comes to the plate, first pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. The high heat gets Bates, and it's an 0-1 count. Bates 0 for 2 today, a strikeout in the first, a fly out in the third. One of the top hitters for this Harbor Hawks team. Can he come up with a big hit here? 2 on with no outs. The 0-1. Fastball just misses below the knees of Bates, and the count even at 1 apiece. Hancock's been sitting 94 on his fastball. His off-speed stuff in the mid-80s. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the low changeup, and a 1-2 count now on the Stanford product. Bates was a .241 hitter in the regular season. He's hitting below 150 in the postseason. And if this Hyannis team wants to make a run for the championship, they will need his bat. The 1-2. Fastball clubbed foul behind home plate. And the count stays at 1-2. Matt Hyannis at second base. Jax Jimenez at first. A 9-2 lead for the Bourne Braves over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the 5th. Wind and the fire. Off speed misses high and wide, and the count now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bates checks his swing in the lefty batter's box. Now looks ready for the pitch from Hancock. He looks towards second, fires home. Swing and a pop fly behind home plate. Mabius drops his mask, rotates right, then left, and drops the ball right behind home plate. That was a pretty easy pop-up behind home. Mabius, though, read it poorly off the bat. He went all the way to his left, then maneuvered over to the right side, and he'll pick up the air on the dropped foul territory pop-up.
We saw this a couple of days ago. I believe it was with Bryce Eastep with the Braves as well. Mabius went to one side, then he went to the other. You know, when you see him drift towards the other side and then start to drift towards the opposite, you know he's in trouble.
2-2. Swing and a line drive. Caught by a jumping Wade at second. Oh, the shortstop got high in the air and robs a base hit. A scorching line drive right up the middle. Waite was playing close to the second base bag because of Matt Hyannis still there at second. He can't turn two, but there's one away with two runners aboard, and a nice grab by the shortstop. He's been lighting it up offensively, now doing it defensively as well. Clay Thompson to the plate, righty-righty matchup. First pitch, swing and a line drive, drops down in right field. Hyannis around third base. He will walk in safely. An RBI double from Clay Thompson. It's 9-3 Bourne Braves, but the Harbor Hawks making a little bit of a comeback, and there's two runners in scoring position.
And well, Thompson has been swinging the ball well today. He didn't have a hit until then. He gets the barrel on it, but is just really late on it. Just a little bit over the extended glove of Max Farrell at first. And any way Hyannis can get back in this game. They still have a good amount of time left, just about halfway through this one here. Still only one out for Lamb, a big power threat.
Left-handed Andrew Lamb walks into the batter's box. Pats home plate and gets ready for the first pitch from Owen Hancock. The pitch. Fastball way high and inside, right next to the baby blue batting helmet of Lamb, and it's a 1-0 count. Jax Jimenez at third base, Clay Thompson at second. He picks up the RBI on the Matt Hyannis score. 1 ball and no strikes. From the belt, the 1-0. Swing and a miss on the outside cutter, and the count even at 1 apiece. Hyannis scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and now has a run scored in the fifth. Is there more magic? The 1-1. Swing and a miss. The cutter again. Lamb tried to dig out the pitch near the dirt, and it's a 1-2 count on the lefty out of USC. Lamb just 1 hit on the postseason. If he can nab another, could score possibly 2. The 1-2. Check swing on the low changeup. Third base umpire Jeffrey Kinney says he held off, and the count now even at 2 apiece. Lamb checks his swing in the lefty's batter's box, now raises it high above his helmet. Hancock from the line, the 2-2. Fastball scorched down the first baseline, foul. Well, the Harbor Hawks are making hard contact against Owen Hancock. He's pitched 1 full inning now. He's given up 1 run, and the Harbor Hawks threatening with runners at second and third, down 9-3 in the top of the fifth. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove of Berkeley Mabius, and there's 2 down in the top of the bottom of the fifth.
From USC Upstate, number 10.
Nicely done there by Hancock. He goes back to the pitch low in the zone that Lamb checked his swing on a couple pitches ago. Just can't really make solid contact on it. Now he gets Lang at the plate, who's already struck out twice, and he's struck out once.
Up to Lang to keep this inning alive. 2 in scoring position with 2 away. First pitch. Lang swings and drills it foul to the right side.
It is interesting, though, because when you look back at this inning, you did say that Mabius was going to get an error on that dropped pop-up, which I agreed with, but it hasn't gone in the score sheet yet.
Well, it's interesting because they added it to the scoreboard as the first error for the Bourne Braves. See what the final ruling is. The 0-1. Fastball swing and a miss. Lane tried to chase the outside heater and down in the count 0-2.
But that would be the second error because Mabius had an error earlier in the game when he put one into center field.
But that one they did not put on the scoreboard.
I see.
So maybe they just equaled them out and they'll call it one on Mabius. The 0-2. Fastball misses high and outside. I was in the same camp as you that it should be a second error, but after the overthrow down to second by Mabius in inning 2, the scoreboard stuck at no errors for Bourne. And then after that drop, they added one. 1-2. Slider misses low and outside, and the count now even at 2 apiece.
Well, when you're watching the game day for this on the Cape League website, the score online has Mabius with an error in the second, but not in this inning.
So that's what we'll stick with. One error on the Bourne Braves. 2-2 pitch. Curveball misses high and wide, and it's a full count. So a patient Tyler Lang has worked himself back into this count. Jax Jimenez at third base. Clay Thompson at second. Hyannis down 9-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Already 1 run across the plate. Long wait. Payoff pitch. Swing and a foul ball curls over the netting down the right field line. And escapes into the ample field that sits beyond the concourse here at McKeon Park. Count stays full. Hancock gathered his thoughts, now steps onto the rubber. 3-2 pitch. Cutter line down in left center field. That'll score at least 1. Thompson gets the wave around. He scores, and it's a 2 RBI single for Tyler Lamb. And the Hawks are back in it. It's a 9-5 Bourne lead in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, we had talked about how Lang was not really having a good day at the plate. A couple of strikeouts for him, but he just gets a ball low in the zone, low fastball, and he's able to kind of put like a golf swing on it and get it out to left center. This one's not over yet. Hyannis is making it a game, just down by 4.
Scott Landers trots out to the mound. He's talking with Owen Hancock, has not taken the ball yet. He also has not waved down to the bullpen. So this may be just a pitching visit, and that's all it will be. So Landers walks out, talks with both Berkeley Mabius and the right-hander Owen Hancock. Hancock's had a tough start to his outing. Worked cleanly in the 4th, but has given up 4 hits in this 5th inning. There's 2 away. But you have a strong hitter in Taylor Kirk coming to the plate. Already 3 across in the last of the 5th inning. A 9-5 lead for the Bourne Braves over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Hancock checks towards first. Now fires home. First pitch low and inside. Righty-righty matchup with Taylor Kirk. He's 0 for 2 today, but hitting .500 his first 3 games of the postseason. 1-0 pitch. Fastball popped down the first base line. It travels foul past the bullpen of the Bourne Braves, and the count now even at 1 apiece. Taylor Kirk digs back into the righty's batter's box. Now stares at Hancock. The pitcher checks towards first, a small lead for Lang. Comes home. Fastball misses low and inside. Lucky take by Taylor Kirk. And the count now 2-1. Kirk was just a .228 hitter in the regular season. His bat has heated up in the most important games. The 2-1. Slider misses outside. And it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Taylor Kirk.
And there's nobody warming up right now in the Bourne pen, but I think if Kirk finds himself on base, you're going to see Lando at the dugout again.
14 combined runs were in the 5th inning at McKeon Park. Game 1 of this best-of-3 set. The 3-1. Fastball lined off the leg of Hancock. It dribbles into no man's land on the left side of the infield. Everyone is safe. And the 5th hit of the inning for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks comes in scary fashion. Hancock wore that one like a champ. He slowly walks back to the mound. Just a scorching line drive that caught him, looked like slightly above the knee, and sauntered to the left of the mound. No one could pick it up for a throw. And now we'll see Scott Landers slowly walk out to the mound. This looks like for a wellness check on his right-hander. A trainer will also accompany Landers out. Hancock had turned quickly. It was almost his backside facing home plate when the ball was sent his way. And you can tell it was hit hard because of how far it ricocheted off of him. That ball ended up 15 feet away from him, and he's going to stay in the game but get a few warm-up pitches to work off the pain.
I like how quick Scott Landers' mound visits are. When he walks up to the mound, he almost has his left shoulder turned as if to walk away every time. But, you know, Hancock's a big dude, so I think he got hit maybe in the back, like right near like the 2. I think that's where it actually got him, but he only needed to throw one warm-up pitch, and Landers decided he was okay. Him and the trainer will go back to the dugout.
So after all the mayhem, it's Tyler Lang at second, Taylor Kirk at first, and Brody Briggs comes to home plate. The left-handed hitter out of ASU. Long wait, the first pitch. Fastball popped up foul out of play to the left side. Briggs has had a big day, a walk, and came around to score in the 3rd, and he singled in the 4th. Can he reach for a 3rd straight inning? 9-5, Braves lead the Harbor Hawks, but Hyannis already plated 3 in this inning. The 0-1. Briggs shows bunt, takes it away late, and the pitch misses inside. An appeal down to Jeffrey Kinney standing at second base. He says that Briggs held back. Now this would be a very interesting decision to bunt with runners at first and second and 2 away in the 5th inning. Briggs also, we've seen, not the speediest of guys. Infield plays in, the 1-1. Pop up, left side, foul territory. Hawk chases it towards the dugout and watches it escape to the fans down the left field line. So it's a 1-2 count. So it looks like it was just one bunt attempt from Briggs, and now it swings away the rest of the at-bat.
Yeah, I mean, especially when he's got a walk and a hit today, and there's 2 outs. I don't understand that decision to bunt, but he's going to be swinging here with 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes, a 9-5 lead for Bourne. The pitch. Fastball line towards second, caught on the line from Rustin Rigdon. The second baseman placed perfectly, but it's a loud inning for the Harbor Hawks. 3 runs off of 5 hits, 1 error, and a pair of runners stranded. We'll go to the 6th. Hyannis back in this one, but it's Bourne who still leads 9-5. You're listening to the West Division Finals on Cape League TV. We've got a ball game at McKeon Park. 9-5. The Bourne Braves lead the Hyannis Harbor Hawks as we begin the 6th inning in Game 1 of this best-of-3 West Division Finals. Alongside Daniel Stein, I'm Alex Burstein. Hyannis plates 3 in the bottom of the 5th and now go to work defensively against the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6 for the Braves in the top of inning number 6. The right-handed Luke Costello slowly saunters into the batter's box and now gets ready for the first pitch from Trey Swigart in for a 3rd inning of work. He rocks and fires. Costello takes the first pitch fastball outside, and it's a 1-0 count. Costello's had himself quite the day. A double in the first, a single in the second, a single in the fourth, a walk in the second. Next pitch, down low, and the count now 2-0. Despite all those heroics for Bourne, he has not advanced past second base, while 9 of his teammates have scored. Swigart leg kicks and fires. Pitch misses below the zone, and it's 3 balls and no strikes quickly on Costello. Costello was honest after Game 1 victory over Falmouth. 3-0 pitch. Fastball called for a strike on the outer third. He was having a rough couple of weeks. Was not hitting the ball like he did during the month of June. Was waiting for something to come his way, and the postseason has been the complete opposite story. 3-1. Costello takes the fastball below his knees, and that's a 5-pitch walk to the righty. So 1 aboard to start off the 6th inning for the Braves. Bourne has scored in 4 of the 5 innings thus far. 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the 5th. They were only shut out in the 4th. Can they add some more insurance here? Up 9-5 over Hyannis in this best-of-3 Game 1 championship divisional set. Lefty Berkeley Mabius, first pitch. Slider bounced hard toward third. Kurt gets it, thinks about going to second instead, whips it to first in time. Luke Costello jogs safely into second, and there's a runner in scoring position with 1 away on the ground out by Berkeley Mabius.
This is a shame. This should be an easy double play because Kirk got to this ball very quickly playing in on the grass, but neither Hyannis at short or Bates at second went to cover the bag. I think it probably should have been Hyannis because he was closer to it, but either way, with Mabius's lack of speed, kind of left an out on the board there if you're Hyannis.
Max Farrell at the plate, righty-righty matchup, first pitch. Farrell takes the slider for a strike down the middle of the zone, and it's no 1 count. Yeah, that's a surprising defensive miscue. You have the starting shortstop for West Virginia and the starting shortstop for Stanford in Charlie Bates, who just did not know what to do on the play. These are 2 guys with tons of Division I experience, and sometimes things just get mixed up. The 0-1. Fastball clips the bottom outside corner, and the count now 0-2 on Max Farrell. 1 away, top of inning number 6, a 9-5 lead for the Bourne Braves over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Wind has slowly died down, still blowing out to right field. The 0-2. Grounded to the left side. Grabbed by Hyannis. He goes to first in time, but Costello runs over to third. And now there's 2 down as back-to-back groundouts advance Luke Costello.
And again, Costello now being on third after he advances. This makes this Osterhaus at bat pretty pivotal here. I mean, if you're Swigart, you've already been in this game a couple innings. You get past him, okay, nice job. You stranded Costello at third. But if he comes around to score, that again puts things a little bit more out of reach because Bourne's up by 4. So no longer you'd have a situation where 1 swing of the bat would get things done.
Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Osterhaus. Fastball called for a strike on the bottom outside corner, and it's an 0-1 count. Swigart came in to get the final out in the 3rd, did so, and then worked in the 4th and the 5th inning with just 1 run given up. Long wait, he fires the 0-1. Swing and a foul back. Bounces off the protective padding behind home plate.
Man, that was this close away from potentially being like a Joe Mauer situation. You ever seen that clip
where he catches it on the back.
Catches it behind the back.
We'll explain more in just a second. First, an 0-2 pitch to Osterhaus. 2 away. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the cutter, and we'll have to explain Joe Mauer's heroics after a quick break. A leadoff walk to Luke Costello. He's stranded at third base. The Braves go quiet in the top of the 6th, but they still lead 9-5 as we turn the page to the bottom of inning number 6. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Cape League postseason presented by Reader's Hardwood Supply on Cape League TV.
Jack it up.
Pitching change for the Bourne Braves as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning at McKeon Park. A 9-5 lead for Bourne over Hyannis in Game 1 of the West Division Finals. It's Justin Dressler coming in to relieve Owen Hancock, the right-hander out of Bryan, making his first appearance of the postseason. Daniel, what do we know about him?
Yeah, this is a guy who has experience at multiple levels of baseball. He played his 2025 season as a pace setter, small university in New York, and then made a trip out east to play for the Bulldogs of Bryant this past season. Pitched just over 25 innings with a 5.9 ERA. Didn't make any starts there, so used to coming out of the bullpen here. He faces 9-1-2 in this Hawks order.
Begins with Nick Drumbowski, the left fielder out of Stony Brook. Dressler checks his glove. Now comes home. First pitch, fastball called for a strike on the outer third. Dressler has been a late season option for this Bourne Braves team. Joined Bravos on July 17th. As he waits and fires the 0-1. Sidearm pitch bounces off Mabius's equipment, and did that go all the way over the netting?
Yes, it did. It bounced off of the tip of the roof of the press box and then rolled down.
Now, for some context, there's netting that goes about 50 feet in the air behind home plate. So that ball really rocketed off of Mabius's gear. 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses low and outside. Dressler, a true sidearm thrower, has that weird arm slot and creates some good velocity off of it. His fastball in the low to mid 90s. But he's down in the count, 2-1. Fires home. Fastball called, strike on the bottom part of the zone. A 94-mile-per-hour heater, and the count even now, 2-2 on Drumbowski. 1 for 2 day for the left fielder. He singled back in the third. 6'4" righty on the mound, sets at his belt, and comes home. Another fastball misses low and outside. Dressler's heat is slowly improving. He started at 93. His last pitch was 94. Now he's reached 95. Does he have the punch-out pitch? 3 balls and 2 strikes on the left-hander, Dromboski. The payoff pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball up the middle. Escapes past Rigdon at second base. A single through the center field for Nick Dromboski, and the Harbor Hawks in business to begin the bottom of inning 6.
This was almost a 1-3 putout. He bounces it just to the right side of the pitcher's mound, and Dressler was about, I don't know, a foot or two maybe from getting to that ball with his glove. But Dromboski again, you know, the 9 hitters in this game, you got 5 hits, all singles, combined between him and Austin Hawk for Bourne. Maybe making their coaches reconsider where they're going to hit tomorrow.
That turns the lineup over to the top with the left-handed Matt Hyannis at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Fastball misses low and outside, and it's a 1-0 count.
Scott Landers was asking Mike O'Leary where that pitch was. He walked a couple steps out of the dugout and kind of raised his hands.
Landers an animated coach always. The 1-0. Fastball escapes outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Hyannis.
I do get his frustration. It does feel like O'Leary's zone has gone a little bit smaller, but it's been fair, though. It hasn't been favored towards one team.
It's been constant. We kind of saw it start big, then go slow, then go big, now come back slow. As Berkeley Mabius on the mound right now, the catcher having a word with the Bryant right-hander. And now talk will be broken up by Mike O'Leary, the home plate umpire. So Mabius and Dressler back on the same page. Dressler, the 3rd pitcher today for this Bourne Braves team. Brandon Shannon, the starter, went 3 innings. Owen Hancock went 2, and now it's Dressler's task to tame this Harbor Hawks defense in the bottom of the 6th. Runner at first base, Nick Dromboski. Dressler checks over his shoulder, shrugs, and now comes home. 2-0 fastball misses low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Dressler's getting good velocity on his sidearm fastball, but can't find the zone, and at risk of putting a second man aboard with no outs here. 3 balls and no strikes as the lights belt down at McKeon Park. The 3-0, down low. 4 straight fastballs missed the zone to Matt Hyannis, and there's runners at first and second base to begin the bottom of the 6th. Still a 9-5 lead for Bourne, but the momentum has certainly shifted.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that you don't want to throw a strike to, it's Matt Hyannis. He's reached 3 times and 4 tries again today, but, you know, it's not the right time in the order. Jimenez has an RBI today. Bates has been a little quiet. Then you have Thompson, who's got 2 reaches as well.
Jimenez is another guy you might not want to throw strikes to. The lefty out of Oregon's had some big at-bats this postseason. First pitch. Hit foul, scorching down the left field line. The infield comes in, especially the corner infielders. Trying to prevent any small ball, but it was all swings away. Jackson Kircher, top reliever for Bourne, is warming up in the pen right now. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Swing and a foul back right our way. 0-2 the count. That rattled the netting. We're positioned about 10 feet to the left of home plate and then right 20 feet behind that. So a foul ball luckily would be protected by the netting, but it could come pretty close to us. No balls and 2 strikes on Jax Jimenez. He had a bases clearing double last game against Katuitt. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 94-mile-per-hour heater to the outside. Gets Jimenez chasing, and there's a big first out in the bottom of the 6th.
It's his best pitch of the night right there. Just climbs the ladder against a good hitter in Jimenez and retires him on the high heat. You know, he tunnels really well, does Dressler. When he releases, he kind of pushed his wrist kind of closer to his forearm, and you can't really see what grip he's throwing until right before. I think that's part of the reason Jimenez was a little late on that last pitch.
Lefty Charlie Bates at the plate. Long wait, the first pitch. Fastball misses outside, and it's a 1-0 count. So we saw the day start with Brandon Shannon on the mound for the Braves. He was a pitcher almost exclusively using the heater. That was not necessarily the case with Owen Hancock, but returning with Dressler, almost always using his fastball. 2 on, 1 away, the 1-0. Fastball outside, and it's a 2-0 count. Nick Dromboski's at second base. He singled to start off the inning. Matt Hyannis, the man at first. 9-5, Bourne leads Hyannis, but the Harbor Hawks threatening again in the bottom of the 6th. Game 1 of this West Division Finals. The 2-0. Misses outside. 3 straight fastballs missed to Charlie Bates. He's an 0-for-3 hitter today, but now staring towards a possible walk to load the bases. And a balk is called. Justin Dressler gives up some more bases. Nick Dromboski to third, Matt Hyannis to second, and the fans at McKeon Park get loud. Everyone to their feet, 3 balls and no strikes on Charlie Bates. Still a 4-run deficit, but Hyannis has all the momentum in their hands. Game 1 of this West Division final set. The 3-0. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and the count goes 3-1. You have to imagine this place will erupt if there's a walk here. Dressler's already given up 2 hits in this inning. Does he have a free pass in him as well? 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball cold for a strike at the knees. Mike O'Leary rung him up late on the strike, and the count runs full. You could tell O'Leary was even thinking about it. He kind of gave a half-hearted check call, and the count now full. Can Dressler battle back? The payoff pitch. Fastball bounced to the left side, through into the outfield. Dromboski scores. Hyannis held up at third, and there's runners on the corners. It's a 3-run ball game, 9-6. The Bourne lead slowly shrinking at McKeon Park.
I mean, it's fitting it comes from Charlie Bates, a guy who's basically Mr. Harbor Hawk at this point. He just grounds it against the shift the other way. Here you go, Alex. Tying run. 2 men on for Clay Thompson.
The fans get into it at McKeon Park. Runners on the corners. A 9-6 lead for Bourne, but the tying run at the plate in Clay Thompson. The first pitch. Fastball misses low. It's a 1-0 count. I'm kind of surprised we have not seen a mound visit yet from either Scott Landers or Leaf Bigelow, the pitching coach for this Bourne team. Dressler really getting tested here. 4 hits now given up in this inning. Pitch. Misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Clay Thompson. Matt Hyannis at third, Charlie Bates at first. Hyannis trailed 6-0 in this game, the 2-0. Swing and a foul tip off the equipment of Mabius. He gets up, shakes off his hand. That one stings, but the commit to Mississippi State looks all okay. He'll walk it off around the lefty's batter's box. That's why you wear the gear. A 3-run 5th inning brought Hyannis back into this one. They've already plated 1 in the 6th, trying to do more damage. 1 away, runners at the corners, a 2-1 count on Clay Thompson. Dressler waits, winds up and throws home. Popped up right side foul territory in the infield. It escapes to the stands and drops right in front of the fans, sitting on the metal bleachers. Right to the right side of home plate.
Bring him in.
So the count now even. A near sellout crowd at McKeon Park for the second game of the postseason at home for the Harbor Hawks. They won game 1 in dominant fashion against Katuitt, trying to come back in game 2 here at home. The 2-2. Slider misses inside and another full count. You can tell these fans have been waiting a while for meaningful playoff baseball at home. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on the corner, 1 away. Payoff pitch, runner goes. It's a fastball inside, clipped off the shoulder of Thompson. A hit-by pitch, and the bases are loaded for Hyannis in the bottom of the 6th, and now we'll see Scott Landers walk out to the mound. Has not made his call to the pen yet, but this has been disasterful, and there it is. The day is over for Justin Dressler, and he leaves a sticky situation for Jackson Kircher in the 6th. We'll take a quick step aside. 9-6, Bourne leads, but Hyannis threatening. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Cape League Postseason Baseball on Cape League TV. The Bourne Braves a 9-6 lead over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, but boy, oh boy, is Hyannis threatening. The base is juiced in the bottom of the 6th, and this is a spot where you leverage to your most trusted arm. Jackson Kircher, the all-star right-hander out of Arkansas, comes into the game with just 1 away, and he has to do damage against one of the top power hitters Hyannis has to offer, Andrew Lamb, the first baseman out of USC, in a true power-on-power matchup.
Yeah, you just couldn't write a scenario even more dramatic in a book. I mean, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom 6, and your best power hitter at the plate to try to maybe take the lead with 1 swing of the bat. You know Lamb is thinking about it, but he's got to face one of the best pitchers on the Cape this summer in Jackson Kircher.
Kircher's making his 2nd appearance of the postseason. He relieved in game number 1 of the first round against Falmouth. It was an impressive performance. 1 inning pitched, he struck out the side. The 6'4" right-hander out of Arkansas stares towards Lamb, brings the glove to his face, and the first pitch. Swinging, line drive out to left center field, and it drops across the wall. Hyannis scores, Bates behind him. They stop Thompson at 3rd. The throw home is late, and it's a 1-run ball game at McKeon Park. First pitch swinging for Andrew Lamb. He makes it a brand new ball game. And this Harbor Hawks fan base has come alive. Boy, oh boy, is this postseason baseball.
Well, first pitch swinging and first pitch crushing. He just misses a grand slam. It bounces up against the wall But they don't have the lead yet. That tying run is still on third. But you got a guy who's already knocked in a run today in Tyler Lang.
One away. You put your most trusted reliever, Jackson Kircher, on the mound, and he gives up the first pitch double. This is a Bourne team that led 6-0. They led 8-1. The Harbor Hawks have slowly chipped back into it, and now they trail by just one. Clay Thompson at third, Andrew Lamb at second. The first pitch to Tyler Lang. Slider, crushed foul to the right side.
They're going to bring the infield in here. I mean, it's hard to fathom. I mean, it felt like Bourne was going to run away with this one after 3 innings.
Kircher stares into his red mitt. Now turns his attention home, the 0-1. Swing and a blooper into center field. Lamb charges home to score.
Yeah.
Thompson as well. And the Harbor Hawks have taken the lead in the bottom of the 6th. A blooping ball, it doesn't matter. The middle infielders couldn't get to it. It escapes towards the grass. And just like that, it is now a 10-9 Harbor Hawks lead as Taylor Kirk comes to the plate.
What am I watching? This team was dead in the water. They were down 7-1 in the third, and now they're up 10-9.
First pitch. Kirk takes the slider for a ball below his knees, and it's a 1-0 count. Well, you could not write this any better for the Harbor Hawks. Kircher waits, fires the 1-0. Fastball swinging and foul ball into the mitt of Mabius. Count even at 1 apiece. Kircher just towards 97 miles per hour. This is a Hyannis Harbor Hawks team trying for their first championship appearance since 2015. The 1-1. Misses low and outside. Game 1 of this best-of-3 set. The scene switches to Doran Park for Game 2 tomorrow, and the Harbor Hawks are hoping it's with a 1-0 lead. They now lead 10-9 over Bourne in the bottom of the 6th. Runner at first. Long wait, the 2-1. Check swing on the high inside heater, and Kirk laid off of it. It's a 3-1 count. Kirk, the 8th batter to hit this inning for Hyannis. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th, now 5 in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead. Kircher fires home. Slider clips the outside third, and a full count. Tyler Lang at first base. The hero right now, a 2 RBI single to put Hyannis on top. Is there more in the engine for the Harbor Hawks? Payoff pitch. Slider bounced down the third base line. It's Saunders' foul.
I'm still in shock about what we just saw. How many guys are there that are going to go up in that bases loaded situation like Andrew Lamb and take the first pitch? Like 90% of people. He says, no, I'm just going to take the first pitch I see and almost clear the bases.
Still just 1 away. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Kirk. Payoff pitch. Fastball misses outside. Kircher can't place his heater, and there's 2 aboard off the walk. Now the lineup comes all the way around. Brody Briggs, the final man who has not hit in this inning, slowly walks to the lefty's batter's box. He kicks some dirt with his bright white cleats and trying to now turn what was a comeback effort into possibly some insurance for the Harbor Hawks. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Kircher ready, and fires home. Fastball swing and a miss. Briggs behind the heater. Kircher's been sitting in the upper 90s, but the same thing that haunted him at Arkansas this spring is what's hurting him here. Mixed control. He's up in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back behind home plate. An 0-2 count. Briggs has roped a base hit in every game of the postseason thus far. He had a single back in the fourth, looking for his first 2-hit effort of the 2026 Cape League playoffs. Runners at first and second. First to throw to second. And doesn't matter, Lang never left the bag. It's a weird play. Berkeley maybe has just shouted out, throw to second.
Didn't even have a lead.
And now Kircher returns to the mound. The righty Razorback back against the lefty Sun Devil. 0-2. Fastball way inside. Briggs has been the catcher every game of this postseason for Hyannis in his second season as a Harbor Hawk. Does he have a big moment in him? The 1-2. Slider popped high in the air behind home plate, and the count stays at 1-2.
In all three of his plate appearances today, Briggs has put up a good fight. He only has one hit. He has a walk and a line out as well. But that's really been the true cost of these Hyannis at-bats. They haven't always worked, but they've made him throw a lot of pitches.
Kircher readies and fires the 1-2. Fastball left inside. The count evens out. To that point, Briggs walked in the third, came around to score. At that point, it was an 8-2 ball game for the Braves. We thought that Bourne would just run to a Game 1 victory. How the tables have turned. 10-9 Hyannis in the bottom of the sixth inning. 5 runs for the Harbor Hawks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Misses low. The fastball just below the knees of Brody Briggs, and it's a full count.
I mean, Michael O'Leary hasn't rung anyone up today. You could say that's because they've had good eyes, but there's been a lot of pitches that have been really close to the zone.
Runners at first and second. Payoff pitch. Slider bounced over the second base. Rigdon gets it, flips to second. The relay throw is in time. 4-6-3. Bourne finally gets out of the nightmare inning, but not before 5 runs come across home plate. And Hyannis has come all the way back to take a 10-9 lead over the Bourne Braves. We go to the 7th in the West Division Finals. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Cape League Postseason, presented by Reader's Hardwood Supply on Cape League TV. The lowest of leverage situations have turned to a high leverage matchup at McKeon Park, and with that, a pitching change for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Braden Sharp, the lefty, out of Rice, on to relieve Trey Swigart, making his second appearance of the postseason after a scoreless first outing against Katuitt in Game 1 of the first round. He comes in with a 10-9 lead against the Bourne Braves. And Daniel, this game is flipped on its head.
Oh my goodness, I mean, that's an understatement. You have Hyannis scoring 8 runs in the last 2 frames, and now Bourne down by 1.
Ryan Pikatowski to lead things off. First pitch, fastball called for a strike on the inner third, and it's an 0-1 count. Pikatowski's had a productive day. 2 walks, he came around to score both times. Can he ignite this Bourne offense? 0-1. Curveball misses high and outside, and the count even. The scoreboard, just a mumble jumble of numbers right now. Big innings on both sides. The 1-1. Fastball swing and a miss. Pikatowski can't catch up to 89 out of the hand of Braden Sharp. And the Rice Owl pulls ahead in the count, 1-2. Sharp was an excellent relief option in the regular season, a 2.86 ERA. The 1-2. Check swing, did he go? First base umpire Jeffrey Merzell says yes. The slider gets the called strike 3 against Ryan Pikatowski, and there's 1 down in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, it's a slider, and it's got a lot of vertical break to it, too. And Pikatowski's a good hitter, but I'm not sure if he's seen this type of breaking stuff at this level. Well, welcome to the Cape, buddy. First strikeout for Sharp.
Now the righty Austin Hawk. First pitch fastball misses high and inside. It's a 1-0 count. Sharp was a great reliever for Rice this past regular season. Started off as a starter, then moved to a relief role. The 1-0. Fastball called strike on the inner third, and the count now even at 1 apiece. His strikeout numbers were just extraordinary. He averaged 10.6 strikeouts per 9 innings. He had a career high 11 out of the pen against South Florida. The 1-1. Misses high and outside. Already 1 strikeout tonight. He got Ryan Pikatowski a check swing to begin this 7th inning. 4th pitcher used today for the Harbor Hawks. 2-1. Breaking outside, and it's a 3-1 count on Austin Hawk. The most productive day possible belongs to Austin Hawk. He's singled 3 times, came around to score in all 3 appearances. The 3-1. Fastball clubbed on the ground through on the left side. Fast-moving ground ball can't be caught up to by Matt Hyannis, and there's 1 on the tying run to begin the 7th inning for this Bourne Braves team.
He's having himself a night. As you mentioned, he's also come around to score all 3 times that he's been on base. Now he's got a 4th single. This top of the order for the Bourne has been really productive. Waite and Rigdon and Bolton all have RBI today.
Riker Waite, the switch hitter, batting from the right side. First pitch, he shows bunt and can't lay it down. A called strike as Waite just went right over it. Didn't make contact with his bright lumber in the righty's batter's box. The left-handed Sharp winds up and fires. Pitch inside, it clipped off the foot of Waite. So a hit by pitch, and there's 2 on. Now the go-ahead run on the base paths for Bourne in the top of the 7th. 10-9, Hyannis leads over the Bourne Braves in a game approaching 3 hours. We're just in the top of the 7th. 19 combined runs, 21 combined hits. If you like offense, the West Division Finals are for you. Justin Rigdon comes to the plate. Left-handed hitter out of Vanderbilt. Switch hitter. He bats from the right side. First pitch. Rigdon takes the fastball inside. 1-0 the count. The day started off strong for Sharp. He struck out Ryan Pikatowski to begin this inning, but since then, a single and a hit by pitch. Runners take their leads. The 1-0. Slider clips the outer third, and the count now even at 1 apiece. Dark night sky above McKeon Park. No fans have left their seat for what's been a incredible Game 1 matchup between number 1 and number 2. The 1-1. Fastball dips low, and it's a 2-1 count. Really, both of the division final matchups tonight have been exciting. Harwich already down YD 12-9 in Game 1 of the East Division Finals. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Rigdon chases the high heater, and the count now even. Riker Wade at first base, Austin Hawk at second. Hawk has scored 3 times today. He represents the tying run at second base in the top of the 7th. Sharp readies, fires the 2-2. Slider, swing and a miss, strike 3. Both the runners advance up a bag on the wild pitch, but it doesn't matter. That's a big second out. And now there's 2 gone off of 2 Ks.
Center fielder from
Rigdon was unable to advance to first base because he was being occupied at the time by Riker Waite. So the drop third strike doesn't matter. And now Mitch Carricker will walk out to the mound to talk with Sharp. We'll see if it was just the platoon matchup he was playing against a few switch hitters.
I think they're going to leave him in because he's already at the mound. He hasn't called for it yet. Besides, you want the lefty-lefty with Bolton. They are going to give Sharp a wild pitch for that because it does move the runners up to second and third. So it doesn't not matter completely, but there's still 2 outs here. But Bolton, you got to remember, has a 3-run home run today. It was way back in the 2nd.
How about that knockout slider? He just wraps it around the inside part of the zone against righties. And now he faces off against a left-handed hitter in Matt Bolton. Austin Hawk stands at third base, Riker Waite at second. 7th inning, Game 1, West Division Finals. Hyannis has crawled back down 8-1 to take the lead. First pitch, curveball called for a strike, and it's an 0-1 count. Slow moving 12-6, drops into the zone, and it's an 0-1 count on Matt Bolton. Has a home run today, the 0-1. Popped in the air, this will stay in the infield. Left side, Hyannis maneuvers under it, now chases it back and makes the over-the-shoulder grab in short center field. Bourne gets a pair of base runners, strands them in scoring position. No runs and 1 hit for the Braves in the top of the 7th. It's stretch time at McKeon Park. A 10-9 lead for the hometown Harbor Hawks over the Bourne Braves as we go to the last of the 7th. What a game it's been. You won't want to turn it off. We go to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Cape League Baseball on Cape League TV. madness at McKeon as we go to the last of the 7th in Game 1 of the West Division Finals. It's a 10-9 Harbor Hawks lead over the Bourne Braves. A Hyannis team that trailed 8-1 in the 3rd inning and have worked all the way back to take the lead thanks to 5 runs in the 7th. Now in the 6th, excuse me. They'll try to add some more in the 7th as Jackson Kircher stays on the mound for the Braves. He goes against Nick Dromboski to begin the 7th inning. Kircher stares at home. Now rocks and fires the first pitch. Fastball called for a strike at the knees, an 0-1 count. It's been hard to guess the zone of home plate umpire Mike O'Leary tonight. Kircher trying to figure it out in his 2nd inning of work. The Razorback fires home. 0-1 fastball, check swing, doesn't matter. A called strike on the inner 3rd, and Kircher's gotten 2 generous strike calls to begin this inning. Plays hot potato with the ball in his glove. Stares at home. Now rocks and fires. Fastball bounced towards first, backhanded by Farrell, who flips to Kircher for the putout. Score at 3-1 for the first out in the 7th. Dromboski down, and it brings the top of the order, Matt Hyannis, to the plate. I caught up with Mitch Carricker, the head coach for this Harbor Hawks team, before the game and asked him how important is Matt Hyannis to this offense in the postseason. He was saying, you know, he's been one of the leaders for the 2nd half of the season. He showed why tonight. First pitch, righty-lefty. Hyannis takes the fastball for a called strike on the outer 3rd. Hyannis struck out in the 1st, but boy, is he rebounded. A walk in the 3rd and then singles in the 5th and the 6th, scored both times. Down in the count, 0-1 though. Can he work his way back? The pitch. Fastball called, strike.
Well, this is the Jackson Kircher that we're used to, just getting out ahead of hitters and doing so with multiple good pitches, each with movement.
An all-star for the West Division. Trying to gal this inning clean. The 0-2. Fastball down in the dirt.
98.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen him touch 98. He's hovering around 97 in the 6th inning. He's taken out his anger on a couple of earned runs in the 6th, on the ball here in the 7th. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kircher steps back and comes home. Bounce foul down the first base line. Jax Jimenez on deck. Charlie Bates in the hole. 2nd postseason appearance for Jackson Kircher. He worked a clean inning in Game 1 against Falmouth in the West Division semis. Hasn't had as much luck against the Harbor Hawks. He rocks and fires the 1-2. Fastball popped in the air, foul territory, out of play to the left side. The Harbor Hawks still trail the Braves in hits. They have 10 runs off of 9 hits. Bourne with 9 runs off of 12. Lone air tonight against Berkeley Mabius. Catcher for the Braves. 1-2 again. Left high. Kircher, the 3rd pitcher tonight for the Braves, that is very reliant on his fastball. Mixes in a few off speeds, but loves his heater. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The righty fires home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's that off speed, 82 mile per hour slider. And Hyannis is down on strikes. There's 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, you talked about how the Bourne pitchers and Kircher had been striking and throwing their heater today, but he goes to the slider on that one to get Hyannis He has struck out one other time today, but he's still a very difficult out. Now just Jimenez to get a 1-2-3 frame.
Wants to keep this at a 1-run deficit for the Braves. This is a Bourne team you can never count out in the postseason. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball bounced over the second base. Rigdon rolls over, grabs it, and throws to first in time. And that's a clean bottom of the 7th for the Bourne Braves defense. They still trail by 1. It's a 10-9 Harbor Hawks lead as we turn the page to the 8th and turn the headset over to Daniel Stein for what should be an exciting finish at McKeon Park. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Cape League postseason presented by Reader's Hardwood Supply on Cape League TV.
Top of the 8th in a wild one here at McKeon Park. Game 1 of the West Finals. Boy, if today has set the standard for what the rest of the Cape League playoffs are going to look like, I'm more excited than anyone about it. 10-9. Hyannis has come all the way back. They grabbed the lead in inning number 6 off of a 5-run frame. Now they're looking to play some defense here with the Braves checking in. 4-5-6 in the Bourne order. Braden Sharp returns to the mound, and now he faces the right fielder, Luke Costello. Lefty on the mound, righty in the box. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball misses below the zone on a 1-0 count. Costello today has reached in all 4 of his plate appearances. He's got a pair of walks and a pair of hits. RBI double in the first, single in the 4th. His team chasing a run. 1-0. Line drive up the middle. It's going to go through for a leadoff single. Boy, the stars of today, the stars of tomorrow are shining today, and the best and brightest continue to get on. Costello's 5th trip to the bases.
Yeah, Costello has really woken up in this postseason. His first triple and his first home run against Falmouth, and today that consistency of getting on base has been so very key.
Berkeley Mabius will check in. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Bourne chasing 1 run. 10-9, they trail the home Harbor Hawks in Game 1 of the West Finals. Mabius hitless today. First pitch from Sharp. Almost hits him. Tails inside for a ball. Mabius is just 0 for 3 at a sacrifice in inning number 4. Bourne has the heart of their order as they try to climb back into this one. This best of 3 series. Sharp's 1-0. Fastball way outside. We've seen a lot of velocity in this game, mainly from Bourne. Feels like almost every pitcher that Scott Landers sends out of his bullpen throws 95 plus. Well, Braden Sharp for Hyannis has not touched 90 yet. Got that big breaking ball that makes him deadly. Costello on first, 2-0 to Mabius. Slider tails away from the catcher Briggs, but Costello stays put. Called for a ball, 3-0 here with nobody out. Max Farrell waiting on deck for the Bravos. Mabius on to the SEC next season after 2 successful seasons in Eugene as an Oregon Duck. Does he have a green light? 3-0. Fastball taken upstairs for ball 4. Back-to-back base runners for Bourne. And now here comes Farrell with 2 on and nobody out.
And this is why we say you can never count out the Bourne Braves, as Mitch Carricker is going to walk out to the mound. Sharp's been pretty solid in his relief appearance thus far, but some early troubles against the heart of this order. And looks like this could be a call to the pen for the Harbor Hawks. It's just completely transformed their strategy. They originally were just throwing any arm out there to keep this game going. Now you have to put your highest leverage arms out there to try to keep this at a lead.
Mitch Carricker up to the mound, and a pretty quick hook here in the 8th for Braden Sharp. He goes just an inning plus and is still responsible for Costello on second and Mabius on first. We'll step aside here on Cape League TV, but you'll want to come back. The finish of this wild Game 1 coming up next. 10-9, Hyannis leads here in the top of the 8th in Game 1.
Jack it up. The 9th pitcher to be used between these two teams here, and we're only in the 8th inning. 5th arm out of Mitch Carricker's bullpen is the right-hander, Parker Guthrie.
Yeah, how about some D3 flair in a huge position in the postseason? The Wash U St. Louis product has had a really good summer. Started off with the North Adams Steeplecats in the NECBL, 14 bullpen appearances, had 3 saves and a 1.76 ERA. Now he comes to the Cape, making his postseason debut, and lefty will try to shut down this Braves lineup, but they've had a hot start to this inning, 2 runners on with no outs.
Textbook bunt situation here for the first baseman, Max Farrell. Luke Costello on second, Berkeley Mabius on first. Righty, Guthrie's going to step off. He doesn't throw over. Farrell today, 1 for 4. Just a 2-inning single for him. This is a guy who's had a red-hot summer. First with the Ocean State Waves of the NECBL. Now here he is on the Cape. The first pitch. Farrell swings away and fouls it into the netting on the right side. 0-1. Nobody out here. 10-9. Hyannis leads after being down by as much as 7 runs earlier in this game. They scored 3 in the 5th and 5 in the 6th. They've taken a 1-run lead. 0-1, Farrell squares. He takes a slider in the zone, and it's 0-2. Justin Osterhaus waiting on deck for the Bravos. Looking to get back in this game and reclaim a lead that they thought they weren't going to lose. Braves scored 8 runs through the first 3 frames. 0-2, Guthrie's pitch. Slider, cut on and miss, strike 3. 84 on the outside corner, and Farrell swings right through it. Big first out here in the 8th.
You can tell why he dominates at the Division III level. Just a perfect slider there. Mid-80s, tailing away from Farrell, and that's a huge start. NECBL on NECBL crime right there.
Justin Osterhaus steps into the lefty batter's box. First and second, one out. Infield back. Guthrie's pitch. First one grounded to the right side. It will bounce up against the netting right in front of the Bourne dugout. 0-1. Costello on second. Mabius on first. Top 8 here at McKeon Park. The sun down, the lights are on. And it's a prime position for Bourne to try to get back in this one. Guthrie's 0-1. High fastball swung on and missed. 0-2.
This is very unlike the Braves, who were patient to start off this inning, now just swinging at everything that they're getting from Guthrie.
Osterhaus, no stranger to clutchness. In 2025, he led Purdue Fort Wayne in 8 offensive categories. 0-2, Guthrie deals. Fastball taken low and inside. He hits 93, but doesn't get the call from Mike O'Leary. Osterhaus really made waves in the Horizon League with Purdue Fort Wayne. He played 2 seasons there before the school discontinued baseball because of budget cuts. Now he's at Alabama. Guthrie's 1-2. Fastball popped up. Foul ground. Brody Briggs is looking for it. So is the third baseman Kirk, and he makes the catch. Boy, it seemed like the Hawks lost it in the lights. Even though they're playing at their home ballpark, it was a little more stressful than usual. Nonetheless, Osterhaus is out. 2 in the inning. And we'll get a pinch hitter here for Ryan Pikatowski. We'll see Gabriel Milano as Scott Landers dips into his bench. Pikatowski was 0 for 2 in his 2 plate appearances. 2 at-bats, I should say. Had 2 walks as well. They bring in the lefty Milano, rising sophomore out of Miami. First and second, 2 outs. Righty-lefty, the first pitch. Milano, did that hit him? It got him on the foot. And the bases are loaded for Austin Hawk. And even with this star-studded Bourne lineup with Luke Costello and Riker Waite, it's Hawk who's 4 for 4. And now he comes up with the bases juiced.
Yeah, 4 singles today. He already has an RBI and a hit here, and Bourne might take back the lead. Just an unfortunate pitch placed by Guthrie to hit Milano, and now big chance for the 9-man.
First pitch, righty-righty. Here it is. Slider covers the zone for strike 1. Costello on third. Mabius on second. Milano on first. Bases loaded, top 8, 2 outs. Bourne trailing by a run in Game 1 of the West Finals. Guthrie deals. Hawk takes a fastball low and away at 93. This game has had everything you'd want in it. Good pitching at the start with Brandon Shannon and a whole lot of runs, 19 combined. 1-1. Hawk hits a high drive, center field and deep. Jimenez giving chase at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. 2 runs come around. They're going to wave home Milano. He's in as well. Bases clearing double for Austin Hawk. You thought the YD game was crazy? McKeon Park says, hold my dirty soda. Bourne clears the bases, and they lead 12-10.
The shortstop from Vanderbilt, number 3.
Something about the Bourne Braves in August. How about Austin Hawk? 5 for 5 today. 4 RBIs now, and just a ridiculous showing. The Braves are back in it.
Back to the top of the order with Riker Waite with the runner on second. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball inside corner for strike 1. What a game we have witnessed here at McKeon Park. 0-1, 2 outs, infield back. Here's the pitch. Checks his swing. Third base umpire Jeffrey Kinney says Waite held up. Ball and the strike with 2 outs. I mean, it was the breaking ball that Hawk got. It looked like it might clear that 379-foot wall out in center. It bounced right in front of it. Can the Braves add more? 1-1. High fastball chopped foul to the right side. Riker Waite has been having himself a day. He's gotten hit by a pitch twice, but in between those hit by pitches, he's got a pair of doubles and 2 RBI. Can he cash in Austin Hawk in scoring position? Got 3 ahead, 1-2. His pitch. Wait, swings and misses for strike 3. But a game that's had more twists and turns than a road going through the mountains takes another one. 12-10. Bourne grabs the lead in the 8th off a bases-clearing double from Austin Hawk. The 9 hitters got 5 hits, and maybe the most significant one of the season for the Bravos. Still more baseball to come on the other side of the break. 12-10, Braves head into the bottom of the 8th on Cape League TV. Bottom of the 8th here in Hyannis, where once again we have a lead change. 12-10. Bourne leads in a crazier than crazy game 1. But Hyannis, as they have all night, will try to answer again. Jackson Kircher back to the mound to face 3, 4, 5 in the Hyannis lineup. And it will be the Hyannis veteran Charlie Bates to bat first. Thanks for tuning in to what's been the game of the playoffs so far. Daniel Stein alongside Alex Burstein. There's a pause on the field here as Mike O'Leary ends his conversation with third base umpire Jeffrey Kinney. And he goes back to behind the catcher Berkeley Mabius. Well, if you're just joining us, Bourne grabbed the lead off an Austin Hawk bases clearing double to straightaway center field. It's his 5th hit of the game and his 4th RBI. Kircher now pitching with the lead. Righty-lefty, he starts his wind and deals. Slider hovers next to the zone but does not get the call. Bates today has an RBI single, part of a 1-for-4 performance. Kircher's 1-0. High fastball just misses, and Bates lays off it at 94.
How about the waves of this outing for Kircher? You come in a big spot, give up runs, then you have to hold the order the next inning, and now you're pitching with a lead in the 8th.
Hitters count 2-0. Fastball drilled out to left center field. Coming in is Osterhaus, and he makes the catch in left. That ball was scored off the left-handed bat of Bates, but he hit it right at the Bourne left fielder. 1 out here, bottom 8. Brings Clay Thompson back up to the plate. He's had a productive day himself. It sounds like a broken record, but there's just been so many different hitters across both these teams that have cashed in runs. Feels like if you got a bat in your hand, you're going to send it into the outfield pretty easily. Righty-righty, 1 out. Kircher's first pitch. Slider just misses inside on Thompson. Kircher gets back to the mound. Puts his right foot on the front of the rubber. Starts his wind. The 1-0. Fastball grounded to the left side. Foul. It got past the glove of Austin Hawk at third. Did not go foul by much. Jeffrey Kinney made the call at third. 1-1 coming up. 5 of the 9 Harbor Hawks who have hit in the order have an RBI today.
It's pretty good.
Very balanced offensive attack. 1-1. Mabius picks it up off the dirt. 2-1.
I mean, we were talking about how good it is that Bourne had 6 players who recorded a hit in the last game, but when you can match that number with RBIs, that'll happen when you have 10 runs in a game.
For Bourne, it's the same number. 5 in the order have driven in a run. 2-1 with 1 out. Kircher's pitch to Thompson. Swing and a miss. Soared on a breaking ball in the dirt. 2-2. 12-10 here in the bottom of the 8th. Bourne claimed back the lead after playing with it for most of the game. Jumped out ahead to a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Haven't looked back. Kircher's 2-2. Fires it over the glove of Mabius for a ball. Comes in at 95, but wasn't anywhere close to the zone.
It's like Connor Lehman beginning to warm up in the bullpen for the Braves, potentially for a 9th inning situation, unless you want to get Kircher out of the game and maybe save his arm for later in the postseason.
Full count, infield shifted to the left to the righty Thompson. Kircher starts his wind, and he deals. Slider muscled out into left center field. Matt Bolton coming in, he'll make the catch on the run. Two outs in the bottom of the 8th. The Bourne fans that are here continue to ring the cowbells that they bring with them to the stadium. If that's the sound that you're hearing through our crowd mic.
Yeah, they're definitely outnumbered, but they make a lot of noise, almost to the tune of how loud the Harbor Hawks fans have gotten.
It is a packed house here at McKeon Park. Not many fans have left, but kind of just stood up and walked around. It's been that kind of game. Can't sit still. It's been suspenseful. 2 outs. Here's Andrew Lamb batting lefty. Kircher's first pitch. Fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike. 94 out of the left hand of the Arkansas Razorback.
Yeah, when the game's gone 3 hours and 23 minutes, it's hard to stay in one place the whole time. We've luckily done it okay.
Still an inning and change to go here at McKeon Park. 0-1. Kircher's pitch. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It was just 2 innings ago that Andrew Lamb brought in 2 on a double back in inning number 6. Tyler Lang would take the lead the very next at-bat on a single. Since then, the Braves have scored a trio. They lead 12-10. Kircher's 1-1. Slider in the back end of the zone, called for a strike at 82. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom 8. Jackson Kircher trying to get through what would be a gutsy performance. He's taken some hits today, but pitched a scoreless 7th. Now he's trying to set down another 3 here in the 8th. 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch to Lamb. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, good idea there, trying to sneak the slider outside and maybe get a chase. You don't want to give Lamb much to hit. He had a double his last time up. He's had multiple extra base hits so far this postseason. You don't really want to give him a power for power fastball.
Kircher's set down 6 in a row. Can he make it 7? 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball way upstairs for ball 3. Comes in at 96, but not near the zone.
And you'll remember that Lamb was the first batter that Kircher faced, and on that first pitch was taken out to center field for the double.
Lamb has seen a lot more pitches this at. 3-2. Kircher sets his glove right in front of his nose. Starts his wind, kicks and deals. 3-2, misses inside for ball 4. Good at bat from Andrew Lamb, and the inning extends now for Tyler Lang. You think Austin Hawks having a good game? Well, Tyler Lang is right up there. After striking out in his first 2 at-bats, he's followed it up with 2 RBI singles.
Yeah, I think we know who our player of the game is going to be on either side. I think you said both of their names right there.
It's been Lang and Hawk, the best hitter for either team today. After the 2-out walk, tying run comes to the plate in Tyler Lang. Bottom 8, Hawks chasing 2. First pitch from Kircher. Strike at 92 on the outside corner.
Now, of course, because I said that, there'll probably be a walk-off home run, and I'll have to eat my words. But as it stands right now,
don't tempt me with a good time. 0-1, 2 outs. Lamb takes his lead. His pitch to Lang. High fastball driven a long way the other way, but foul. Goes up into the trees down the right field line, right over the Bourne bullpen. Well, Kircher just issued his second walk. Nothing in 2 outs. Get a mishmash of chants here among the crowd at McKeon Park. Deep breath from Kircher. 0-2 on Lang. High fastball taken for a ball. 95 from Kircher. He's still got that velocity, but likely nearing the end of his leash here. Infield back. Smallest of shifts being applied to the designated hitter Lang. Rigdon playing up the middle. Kircher ready. His 1-2 pitch. Slider fouled away. Goes off the netting in front of us. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lamb on first after a 2-out walk. Bates and Thompson flew out to start the inning. Bottom of the 8th here at McKeon Park. Game 1 of the West Finals. It has been a doozy. 12-10, Bourne leads. Jackson Kircher 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Mabius. Strike 3. Kircher dials it up to 96 and ends the inning on a strikeout. We've played 8 full here at McKeon Park, but we still got 1 inning left. 12-10, Bourne's last chance at insurance after the break here. Listening to Cape League Playoff Baseball on Cape League TV. Top 9 here in Hyannis. The last chance for the Braves to try to get some insurance before the bottom half of the inning. They'll send up 2, 3, 4 in their lineup against Parker Guthrie, who returns to the mound for his first full inning of work. 12-10, Bourne leads. They've led for most of this game, but there was a brief period where they were down 10-9 in the middle innings. It wasn't until an Austin Hawk bases clearing double that the Bravos took a 2-run lead. It'll be Rustin Rigdon, Matt Bolton, and Luke Costello to bat as Guthrie toes the slab. Thanks so much for tuning in to what's been a fantastic game here from McKeon Park. First up, Rigdon. First pitch to him. Fastball at the top of the zone for strike 1. Taylor Kirk at third is going to be playing in on the grass. Bit of a shift being applied. Charlie Bates deep in the hole at second. 0-1 on the lefty. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses out. Plate appearance number 6 now for Rustin Rigdon. He's got a couple RBIs today, 2 singles, strikeout, and a hit by pitch. Ball on the strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Guthrie. Breaking ball, hovers into the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The other game today, YD and Harwich, wasn't much less wild than this one.
I think
Harwich,
they finished 12 hours ago.
feels like it. Harwich ended up taking it. 1-2. Slider in the dirt. That game ended 12-9. He had a large YD comeback at the end. So not a very different score here. 2-2. Guthrie ready. His pitch. High fastball misses up and in. Comes in at 92. Obviously, the stakes are high in a game like this. You're trying to get to the Cape League Championship, but there's just a little bit extra for these two teams. Guthrie's 3-2 pitch. Rigdon swings and misses at a ball up in the zone. 3rd strikeout for Parker Guthrie. 1 out in the frame. You think about what Hyannis is playing for. Obviously, 2nd largest championship drought in the Cape. They haven't won a championship since 1991. They haven't been to the championship since 2015. Pretty much the complete opposite for Bourne. They're the defending champs, but they have a standard. They're seeking their 6th consecutive trip to the championship. First pitch on Bolton. He lays down a bunt down the third base line. Gloved by the third baseman Kirk. He throws over and completes the out at first. Bolton's got a lot of speed, but Kirk was ready for it. And he guns him down for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, luckily he wasn't playing super far back in the hot corner. He could run into that ball and has a really impressive arm. So Hyannis doing what they need to do to at least have a chance in the bottom of the 9th.
Here's Luke Costello up at the plate. He's trying to reach base again, as he's done in his 5 plate appearances here today. Righty-righty matchup, 2 outs, top 9. Bourne leads 12-10. Guthrie's first pitch. Fastball just misses outside. In the bottom of the 9th, Hyannis is going to have Taylor Kirk, Brody Briggs, and Nick Dromboski up. You figure that Jackson Kircher's night is done. Costello trying to add insurance. The 1-0. Foul tipped into the glove of Brody Briggs.
I mean, this is definitely the guy you want at the plate, absent maybe Austin Hawk. If you want insurance, he's reached every time and is maybe the hottest bat on the team.
Guthrie's 1-1. Costello checks his swing and leaves a ball at 91 just outside. 2-1 here. 14 hits for the Braves, 10 for the Harbor Hawks. Lefty warming in Bourne's pen. 2-1, Guthrie deals. Breaking ball hits the inside corner. Count evens up at 2 apiece.
If you had me blindly guess where Guthrie goes to school, I would not say WashU in St. Louis. He has been dealing tonight, just really good stuff, working mid-80s on his breaking ball. Really good pitching.
2-2 on Costello. Here it is. Breaking ball just taken outside. Did not miss by much. WashU is a pretty good school for D3. They went 30-13 this past season, made a regional. But you just do not see a lot of guys from Division III here on the Cape. 3-2, 2 outs. Base is clear. Guthrie kicks and fires. Costello fouls away a fastball. Guthrie, as we mentioned earlier, was phenomenal with the North Adams Steeple Cats in the NECBL. 15 innings pitched, 1.76 ERA. He's finding it a little more challenging here on the Cape, but holding his own. 3-2 again. The payoff. High fastball taken up and away for ball 4. Costello pounds his chest and emphatically sets his bat aside. 2-out base runner for Bourne as they look for more insurance. First walk issued by Parker Guthrie here in his evening. Berkeley Mabius will check in. Still chasing a hit today. First pitch coming up as Costello takes his lead, being held on by the first baseman Lamb. Righty-lefty, Guthrie's pitch. Fastball misses upstairs at 91. (12-10). Bourne ahead by 2. trying to take game 1 of the West Finals on the road. Guthrie is 1-0. Fastball just misses. That was knee high, but maybe a little inside, according to Mike O'Leary. Feels like both dugouts have had their questions for tonight's home plate umpire, which probably means he's doing something right. Hitters count 2-0. Infield back with a runner on first. Guthrie's pitch. That hits the outside corner, a call which Berkeley Mabius did not like. 2-1. Hyannis won the West Division after an end-of-season collapse from Bourne. They lost 7 straight games to end the regular season. 2-1. Slider misses in. Had a lot of movement to it at 83. Couldn't get the call. Hyannis, on the other hand, surged under third-year coach Mitch Carricker. Won 9 of 12 to end the regular season. Took down Katuitt in just 2 games. Bourne did the same to 3-seed Falmouth. 3-1. Fastball taken upstairs, back-to-back walks. Maybe it's his second free pass of the game. And Max Farrell will hit with 2 on and 2 outs.
And this will bring the infield in. And it looks like the pitching coach instead in Austin Wallace is going to have a word. So Guthrie will still stay in the game right now. I mean, the bullpen is pretty thin for Hyannis at this point. You've used pitchers across 2 games. You lost 3 arms during the off day yesterday, and now you've already used 5 pitchers tonight. So it really is Guthrie's task to finish this out. He just has to calm it down after back-to-back walks after a strong start to the inning.
They're going to run another arm out to the Hyannis pen as Mike O'Leary will walk up to disperse the meeting at the mound.
I mean, you have to remember there's another game at this point in 21 hours, 20 hours.
It is the magic of the Cape and summer ball, but also kind of the curse as well, especially once you get into the playoffs where there is no margin for error, and there's usually not many days off. First and second, 2 outs. Costello on second, Mabius on first, Farrell at the plate. Bourne up by 2. The first pitch from Guthrie, swung on and missed by Farrell. He's 1 for 5 today. That hit came back in inning number 2, a single to lead off the second. Bates at second will hold on Costello. Guthrie takes a long look back, now is 0-1. Swung on and missed again at an 84-mile-an-hour slider. 0-2. Wind now blowing a lot more strongly out to right center field. Harbor Hawks are going to try to hold the deficit here. Try to win it in the 9th. Guthrie's 0-2. Farrell hits a ground ball to short, gloved by Matt Heinich. He throws across the diamond and gets him by a step. So Bourne gets 2 runners on, but can't get any more insurance. Time for the bottom of the 9th. It all comes down to this. Kirk, Briggs, and Dromboski, the 3 up for Hyannis, as Bourne looks to close it out and take Game 1 on the road. Stick around, an epic finish coming up here in Game 1 of the West Finals.
Bottom of the ninth here at McKeon Park. 12-10. Bourne trying to close out a wild game one here on the road. They bring in the lefty Connor Lehman to make his second appearance of the playoffs. He went 3 innings, just gave up 4 hits and an earned run, struck out 2. He's tasked with dealing with Taylor Kirk, Brody Briggs, and Nick Tromboski. Thanks so much for tuning in to what's been a fun one, to say the least here. The Rocky theme song fittingly playing in a game that's had so many punches back and forth. The lefty Lehman, Alabama product, takes the mound against Taylor Kirk, who's 1 for 3 today. Infield back lefty-righty, Lehman's first pitch. Line drive down the right field line. This will go foul. Tails into the Bourne dugout. The Bourne bullpen, I should say. 0-1 for Lehman, who had a bit of a rocky regular season. Would show flashes at times, as he did at Alabama, but has started to hit his stride at the end of the season. 0-1. Lehman starts his wind. The pitch. Fastball gloved off Lehman's glove. He comes off the mound but can't field it. And the tying run is coming to the plate. That was a tough play, Alex, but it was in his glove.
Yeah, just a scorcher there, and that shows you how hard Taylor Kirk hit it. He's had a few hard hit balls tonight, and I think Lehman's going to be less disappointed with that first reaction and more on the fact that he couldn't scoop it, because as speedy as Kirk is, he was close to the bag. A scoop possibly could have gotten the first out, and instead this Hyannis team really put some pressure on the Braves in the bottom of the ninth.
Mitch Carragher's going to his dugout, and he's digging out his best power hitter. Caden Miller will pinch hit. Lefty-lefty with the runner on. The first pitch from Lehman. Fastball in there for strike 1 at 92. Miller, the team leader in home runs with 4 on the regular season. 17 RBI. Hit below the Mendoza line this season, but was still a productive hitter. 0-1, Lehman's pitch. Breaking ball just misses upstairs. Well framed by Mabius, but did not get the call.
There's only 5 batters on the bench, and Miller's the #1 guy you'd want to go to. It's a contact hitting lefty.
1-1. No shift applied. Lehman's pitch. Slider tails outside. Good take. Miller, a rising junior at UTSA, was all AAC first team all conference this past season with the Roadrunners. 2-1 with Kirk on first. Lehman waiting for the sign. He's going to step off and throw over. He didn't have much time left on the pitch clock. He only had about 3 seconds. Bottom of the ninth, 12-10. Bourne ahead by 2. Caden Miller's the tying run. 2-1 pitch. Lehman in. Here it is. High fastball gets the call. 2-2.
The good thing for Hyannis right now, you have the 9-hitter Tromboski on deck. He's been great today, and then you turn it over to the top of your order. So if you can get Miller to reach, opens up a plethora of options.
Lehman's 2-2. Miller fouls it straight back into the padding. Ball will roll into fair territory. Bat boy will go and get it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Taylor Kirk singled to lead off the ninth, his second hit. 11 hits for Hyannis, 14 for Bourne. Bravo's leading by 2 in a crazy game 1. Lehman's 2-2. Fastball driven the other way, playable for the left fielder Osterhaus. Near the wall, he makes the catch. No tag from Kirk. He'll go back to first. And a deep breath for Bourne fans. There's the first out.
That's a big first out, and even bigger that it wasn't deep enough to advance Kirk. He's speedy, but on a ball to left field, it's really hard to get from first to second. Now you see the double play ball open up, possibly, and Bourne much more comfortable than they were about 2 pitches ago.
Here's Nick Tromboski. He's got 2 singles today. 2 for 4 performance. A big group of chants swing out here. First pitch coming up. Fastball in the dirt for ball 1. You got one side that's chancing
Let's Go Braves. You got the other side that's chanting Let's Go Hawks. And we are planted right in the middle of it. Lefty with Dromboski. Lehman sets at the belt. 1-0 pitch. Dromboski grounds it the other way, foul. It will trickle towards the Hyannis dugout. First game of this 3-game set. Hyannis and Bourne both swept their respective opponents in the West semifinals. They meet here in the West Finals. First and second place in the West Division in the regular season. The two best in the West duking it out here. 12-10, Bourne leads. Lehman's 1-1. Slider, Dromboski checks his swing and takes outside. Did not miss by much. Not many fans here at McKeon Park sitting down, but you can hear the nervousness. Lehman's 2-1. Slider misses inside. 3 balls and a strike. Top of the order coming up with Matt Hyannis. Kirk takes his lead. 3-1 to Dromboski. Here it is. Fastball inside corner, strike 2. A late strike call from Mike O'Leary. It runs the count full. That was borderline, but Lehman gets the call. 3-2, 1 out. Kirk on first. Dromboski's the tying run. Lehman's 3-2. Swing and a miss. Tightly wound slider on the outside corner sets him down. And Bourne is 1 out away from taking game 1.
Yeah, I'm surprised Dromboski's had really good late patience tonight. Didn't see that one coming, but Lehman held off of his slider for a couple of pitches, knew he had it in his bank, and just reels in his first strikeout. Comes the balance of the game, wins it, Hyannis.
Comes down to the leadoff man, Hyannis, who's been on base 3 times today. He's the tying run. First base. On first is Kirk. First pitch taken low for a ball. 1-0, 2 outs, bottom 9. 2 walks and a single, along with 2 strikeouts for Hyannis today. Lehman trying to close the door. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball roped into right field over the glove of the second baseman, Rigdon. Going from first to second is Kirk. Hyannis with his second hit of the ball game. And here comes Jax Jimenez with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, just what Hyannis needed to do. He has that strong contact bat. It's the reason he's been the leadoff guy all postseason for the Harbor Hawks. They got the tying run on the base paths now. We'll see if Jimenez, who had a walk-off just last week, has another miracle in him.
The loudest the crowd at McKeon's been all night. First and second, 2 outs, bottom 9. 12-10, Bourne leads. The first pitch coming up to Jax Jimenez. Fastball misses below the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Jimenez does not have a hit today. He has a sacrifice fly and a hit by pitch. Connor Lehman trying to get the save. He's allowed 2 singles. First and second, 2 outs. 1-0 to Jimenez. Line drive into the left field corner. It is a foul ball. It was not going to clear the wall. It landed right in front of the yellow pole and left, but just to the left of the line. He put a good swing on it. He was a little early. Ball and a strike. 2 outs. Game 1 of the West Finals. Scott Landers is going to walk out to the mound to talk to his pitcher, Lehman.
Yeah, Landers has done almost all the mound visits tonight, but if there's a guy who knows about high-pressure championship environments, it's him. 5th season, 5th time he's been in the division finals. And you have to imagine this is just some word of encouragement to the lefty. He's already found his way to a couple punch-outs. Just needs a couple more strikes, but I think Jax Jimenez is probably the guy you want at the plate right now. You go back to the second to last day of the regular season. The first time Hyannis went to extras all year long, and it was Jimenez who roped a walk-off double. So he has extra base power, already has an extra base hit on the postseason. Just waiting for that fastball, see what he can do.
The switch hitter bats from the right side. 1-1, 2 outs. Kirk at second, Hyannis at first. Bottom 9, Harbor Hawks trail by 2. Lehman ready. His 1-1 pitch. Jimenez watches a breaking ball outside. Bourne trying to get to the Cape League Championship for the 6th consecutive year. Hyannis looking to get there for the first time in a decade. This win would go a long way. Still up for grabs. 2-1 pitch. Line drive into left field for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Kirk. Over stopping at second will be Hyannis. Jimenez delivers. It's 12-11, and the game goes on.
Yeah, it went off the glove of Hawk in the hot corner. He made a nice diving effort, but just smoked off the bat of Jimenez. And this rally keeps on going for Hyannis. You have one of your leaders, one of your returners, and Charlie Bates coming to the plate. He loves Hyannis as much as any other player on this team. Can he deliver a tying or winning knock is the big question.
The man who's played 60 games for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. 12-11, first and second, 2 outs. First pitch, fastball inside corner on the lefty Bates. 0-1. Hyannis on second, Jimenez on first. Probably got the 2 fastest guys on the team on the base paths. Lehman ready. His 0-1 pitch. Bates swings and misses. Bat goes flying and hits the top of the Bourne dugout and lands in the grass in foul play.
Wow, we've seen a couple land across the netting this season, but I mean, that was a genuine safety hazard. Usually people set up shop in the field behind there, and Bates just has to wait until a teammate retrieves it. That got the Bourne fans rallied up as much as anything else tonight, and now a brutal 0-2 hole for the lefty.
Hyannis on second, Jimenez on first. Bottom 9, 2 outs. 12-11. Bourne 1 strike away from taking game 1 of the West Finals on the road. Charlie Bates trying to keep it going. The rising junior from Palo Alto. He's gone coast to coast to play on the Cape. Can he keep Hyannis alive here in game 1? 0-2 pitch coming up. Lehman kicks and fires. Fastball popped up to the left side, foul. Bates, the second baseman who's plays multiple positions for this Harbor Hawks team, has an RBI single today. 0-2, 2 outs. 2 runners on, Hawks chasing a run. Lehman's 0-2 pitch. Fouled off again. He got the slider and pieced it out of play. Hyannis clawed back into this one. They scored 8 runs in the 5th and 6th innings combined. Bourne grabbed the lead back in the 8th. Connor Lehman trying to slam the door. First and second, 2 outs. 0-2 again. Lehman's pitch. Bates 6 cold, strike 3. And the Braves take game 1. It took until the final batter for Michael O'Leary to punch out a hitter. And it's the final batter of the game. A game that almost goes exactly 4 hours. Ends in a 12-11 Braves win. There's not enough time in the world to even begin to describe the craziness of this game. But in just a couple of minutes, Alex Burstein and I will try to break it down on our Cape League TV post-game report brought to you by Reader's Hardwood Supply. We'll sign the radio broadcast off and talk to you in just a moment on the post-game show. The final score from this one, 12-11. Bourne takes game 1 of the West Finals and is 1 win away from their 6th consecutive